Chapter 25. Greenwood Trading Firm, Mo Qingyun's residence. After discussing the matter of returning to the Mo clan with Mo Feilin, Mo Qingyun once again started cultivating. At this moment, Mo Qingyun took out the third-grade body-strengthening pill that Zhao Qi had given him and swallowed it to refine. As soon as the body-strengthening pill entered his abdomen, Mo Qingyun sensed that its medicinal power, which was purer and more abundant than that of the blood qi pill, spread out from the body-strengthening pill and permeated into his blood and flesh. Under the effect of the solid pill, Mo Qingyun could feel a warmth in his body, as if the blood and muscles in his body were pulsating at this moment. This feeling made him feel very comfortable. At the same time, Mo Qingyun could clearly feel that the strength of his body was slowly increasing. The effect of this solid pill is not bad. After this discovery, Mo Qingyun's face was filled with joy. Without any hesitation, he immediately started to refine and absorb the energy of the solid pill. A day later, Mo Qingyun, who had been cultivating in silence, opened his eyes, a look of pleasant surprise on his face. Fifth layer body tempering realm. After a day of cultivation, with the help of the solid pill, his cultivation had finally broken through to the fifth layer body tempering realm. Although his cultivation had reached the fifth layer body tempering realm, Mo Qingyun did not stop there, but continued to cultivate. This was because the energy of the solid pill had not completely dissipated in his body. There was still a small amount of energy left in his body. Another day later, under Mo Qingyun's continuous absorption, the remaining energy of the solid pill was finally completely absorbed by him. With this, Mo Qingyun stopped cultivating, his face filled with joy. Mo Qingyun did not expect that after completely absorbing the energy of the solid pill, his cultivation would not only break through to the fifth layer body tempering realm. Not only that, but he had also completely stabilized his cultivation of the fifth layer body tempering realm and was now much closer to the sixth layer body tempering realm. After this discovery, Mo Qingyun's heart was filled with joy. He had a feeling that if nothing went wrong, his cultivation would reach the sixth layer body tempering realm within 10 days. Apart from the breakthrough in his cultivation, Mo Qingyun was also overjoyed by the increase in his physical strength after absorbing the solid elixir. My current physical strength is comparable to a body tempering stage 7 practitioner. Feeling the strength of his body, Mo Qingyun's face was full of pride, and a sense of pride rose in his heart. He was confident that he could even put up a fight against his 7th layer body tempering realm cultivator. Subsequently, Mo Qingyun practiced the 9-stage collapse and swift shadow steps to familiarize himself with his current situation. Perhaps it was due to the breakthrough in his cultivation, but after a period of cultivation, Mo Qingyun discovered that the 9-stage collapse had actually allowed him to cultivate it to the mastery stage. As for the swift shadow steps, although it was still at the mastery stage, it could be used more freely. After practicing the martial skill and familiarizing himself with his current strength, Mo Qingyun frowned slightly and thought to himself, "There's still one more day before I return to the northern desert town. I can use this time to refine a few cauldrons of elixirs." With this thought, Mo Qingyun no longer hesitated and immediately started to refine elixirs. Now that I have a lot of second-grade spiritual herbs and the elixir cauldron that Suyu gave me, I can start to refine some second-grade elixirs. With this thought, Mo Qingyun took out the crimson cauldron that Suyu gave him. Then he took out the herbs and spiritual herbs that he needed to refine elixirs. After everything was ready, Mo Qingyun started to refine the elixirs. This time, he was going to refine the second-grade body tempering elixir. Its effect was between the blood qi elixir and the solid elixir. Bang! Mo Qingyun gently tapped with his right hand, and a ball of martial spirit fire was sent into the elixir cauldron. After sending the martial spirit fire into the elixir cauldron, Mo Qingyun's hands tapped lightly, like a dragonfly skimming the surface of the water. He placed the herbs and spiritual herbs into the elixir cauldron in an orderly manner and started to refine them slowly. After the herbs and spiritual herbs were placed into the elixir cauldron, they melted little by little under the refinement of the martial spirit fire, and their impurities were removed. After a few hours, all the impurities in the elixir cauldron had been removed. After seeing this, Mo Qingyun's expression turned serious, and he started to merge the herbs and spiritual herbs into elixirs. Forming elixirs was a very important process in refining elixirs. Even Mo Qingyun did not dare to be careless. Then, under Mo Qingyun's control, the herbs and spiritual herbs in the elixir cauldron slowly merged together. After about 15 minutes, an abundant elixir fragrance was emitted from the elixir cauldron. Then, 11 azure elixir pills were condensed from the elixir cauldron. From the luster of these elixir pills, one could tell that each of them was a high-grade elixir. Moreover, from the fluctuations of their medicinal energy, it was definitely not something that a low-grade elixir pill could possess. 11 elixirs, a top-grade, second-grade body-tempering elixir. Not bad. Looking at the elixirs in his hand, Mo Qingyun revealed a satisfied smile. Refining 11 top-grade, second-grade body-tempering elixirs in one cauldron was the limit of Mo Qingyun's current cultivation. Regarding this, Mo Qingyun was quite satisfied. However, at this moment, if Du Luo and the others were here, they would definitely be scared out of their wits. It turned out that Mo Qingyun's true alchemist level was not a top-grade first-grade alchemist, but a top-grade second-grade alchemist. A 16-year-old top-grade second-grade alchemist. If this were to be spread out, it would scare many people to death. With these 11 body-tempering elixirs, it should be enough for me to cultivate to the 6th layer of body-tempering realm. Carefully storing the 11 body-tempering elixirs into a jade bottle, Mo Qingyun secretly thought to himself. After storing the body-tempering elixirs, Mo Qingyun prepared to cultivate again. However, at this moment, Mo Feilin knocked on the door, looking for him. Subsequently, Mo Qingyun found out from Mo Feilin that the Wu family's head had arrived and said that he wanted to see him. The Wu family's head? Mo Qingyun frowned when he heard Mo Feilin, and then he revealed a playful smile as he said to himself, "Looks like the Wu clan can't sit still any longer. However, it's good to meet them. I'll be able to resolve one of fourth uncle's worries." After a short moment, Mo Qingyun followed Mo Feilin to the Greenwood Trading Company's living room. At this moment, there were already 3 people sitting in the living room. A middle-aged man and 2 young women. The 2 young women were naturally Wu Ro and her sister. Thus, the middle-aged man should be the Wu family's head, Wu Bingtian. This must be little brother Mo Qingyun. As expected, you are a talented man. Heroes come from youths. When Wu Bingtian saw that Mo Qingyun had arrived, he enthusiastically welcomed Mo Qingyun and revealed a hearty smile. When Mo Qingyun heard Wu Bingtian's address, he was speechless. His forehead was covered in cold sweat. Little brother? Wu Bingtian should be Mo Feilin's father-in-law. According to the backup, Wu Bingtian was 2 generations older than him. Now Wu Bingtian actually called him little brother. This seniority seemed a little messy. Wu family's head, you are too polite. Please sit. When Mo Qingyun saw this, he smiled politely and gestured to Wu Bingtian to take a seat. Seeing Mo Qingyun's indifferent expression, Wu Bingtian was slightly stunned. The way he looked at Mo Qingyun changed. At this moment, Wu Bingtian's evaluation of Mo Qingyun in his heart increased by several points. The little boy in front of him was far more outstanding than he had imagined. He had a steadiness and experience that far surpassed his age. If it weren't for Mo Qingyun's young and tender face, Wu Bingtian would have thought that the person sitting in front of him was an old man that had lived for over 100 years. Wu family's head. I heard that if my 4th uncle wants to marry 4th aunt, he needs to prepare 10,000 spirit essence stones. After sitting down, Mo Qingyun got straight to the point and asked Wu Bingtian. After hearing Mo Qingyun's words, not only was Wu Bingtian stunned, but even Mo Feilin and the others were stunned. Chapter 26. Hearing Mo Qingyun's words, Wu Bingtian was speechless for a while. After a pause, he said, Haha, this is just a joke. It was just a test for Faline. Even my MO family can't take out 10,000 elemental spirit stones. After hearing Wu Bingtian's words, Mo Faline and Wu Ro's expressions changed. A burst of excitement rose in their hearts. They looked at Mo Qingyun with gratitude in their eyes. Then what does Patriarch Wu mean? After seeing Wu Bingtian's attitude, Mo Qingyun no longer hesitated and continued to ask. Haha, as long as Faline and Ro are sincere, the betrothal gift is just a formality. You said it, little brother Qingyun. Wu Bingtian chuckled and winked at Mo Qingyun. After seeing Wu Bingtian's expression, Mo Qingyun was speechless. He smiled awkwardly and said, Haha, of course. Seeing Mo Qingyun's awkward expression, Wu Bingtian's lips curled into a faint smile. He thought to himself, in the end, he's still a young boy. It's over with just a few words. After Mo Faline's matter was discussed, Mo Qingyun's heart relaxed, and one of his worries was resolved. Then he and Wu Bingtian talked about some other things. For example, when he would help the Wu family refine some pills and so on. Of course, he wouldn't refine the pills now. He would have to wait until he became a grade 2 alchemist. In the Wu family's eyes, grade 1 pills weren't very useful. If they had enough money, they could still obtain grade 1 pills through many channels. Therefore, in their opinion, it was more appropriate to wait until Mo Qingyun became a grade 2 alchemist before asking Mo Qingyun to refine the pills. They believed that with Mo Qingyun's talent, it wouldn't take long for him to become a grade 2 alchemist. At this time, the Wu family could still afford to wait. About an hour later, Wu Bingtian saw that some things were discussed properly, so he smiled with satisfaction and said, In this case, little brother Qingyun, I won't disturb you anymore. Today, I will take my leave first. I will come and talk with you another day. After hearing Wu Bingtian's words, Mo Qingyun's forehead was once again covered in cold sweat. He sighed inwardly. It seems that the seniority is completely messed up. However, Mo Qingyun still replied with a faint smile, Wu family head, take care. I'll send you off. After seeing Wu Bingtian off, Mo Qingyun and Mo Faline chatted with each other for a while. Then, they returned to their residence to continue their cultivation. Mo Qingyun knew that now that Wu Bingtian had tacitly acknowledged Mo Faline and Mo Qingyun's concern, the two of them should have a lot to talk about. After returning to his residence, Mo Qingyun took out a body-tempering pill and swallowed it. Then, he started to refine and absorb the pill. Once the body-tempering pill entered his stomach, it transformed into a pure medicinal power that slowly tempered Mo Qingyun's body. Under the effects of the body-tempering pill, Mo Qingyun felt that his body was like a piece of iron that was being hammered 1,000 times. It was becoming stronger little by little. After a few hours, just as Mo Qingyun was refining the third body-tempering pill, Mo Faline's voice came from outside his room. It was Mo Faline informing him that they would be returning to the Mo family soon. After seeing this, Mo Qingyun stopped cultivating. After washing up, he followed Mo Faline back to the Mo family. Half a day later, Mo Qingyun and the others returned to the Mo family. After returning to the Mo family, Mo Qingyun and Mo Faline parted ways and returned to their residence. After a while, Mo Qingyun returned to his residence. However, what surprised Mo Qingyun was, at this moment, there were two beautiful figures giggling in his residence. After seeing the two beautiful figures, Mo Qingyun was stunned. He asked in surprise, Sister XN, Mo Xiao, why are you here? What? You don't welcome us. After Mo Xiao and Mo XN heard this, they both puffed out their full chests and pretended to be displeased as they rolled their eyes at Mo Qingyun. Looking at the two women's chests, Mo Qingyun suddenly felt guilty. He smiled and said, No, it's not that. It's just a little too unexpected. At least you know what's good for you. After hearing Mo Qingyun's reply, Mo XN and Mo Xin were satisfied. They secretly smiled and exchanged glances. Then, Mo Xin revealed a sly smile. She looked at Mo Qingyun and said, Qingyun, I heard that you and fourth uncle went to Lianyun City. Did you have fun in the city? Did you bring back any gifts for us? Gifts? After hearing Mo Xian's words, Mo Qingyun suddenly felt a headache. He felt guilty again. What kind of joke was this? He was a dignified venerable in his previous life. He was the youngest pill venerable in the Tian'an continent. He was an old monster who had lived for hundreds of years. Was there even a chance that he would choose gifts for two young girls? Although this was what he thought, Mo Qingyun didn't dare to say it out loud. After hesitating for a moment, Mo Qingyun's eyes suddenly lit up. He said in a clear voice, "Of course I prepared gifts. If you didn't mention it, I would have forgotten." Then, Mo Qingyun took out a jade bottle from his bosom. He poured out 4 body-tempering pills and gave 2 to each of the 2 girls. Pills? Looking at the green pills in their hands, the 2 girls were surprised. A sweet feeling rose in their hearts. Medicinal pills were very rare to them, even if it was a low-grade Tier 1 medicinal pill. From the looks of it, Mo Qingyun was truly considerate. The northern desert town was different from Lianyun City. There was the Alchemist Alliance. From time to time, there would be some pills for sale from the Alliance. Most of the pills in the northern desert town were sold from Lianyun City. They were extremely rare and precious. This was also the reason why the 2 girls were surprised when they saw the pills in Mo Qingyun's hands. Seeing the 2 girls' satisfied faces, Mo Qingyun let out a sigh of relief. He smiled and said, "This time, I went to Lianyun City and bought a lot of herbs and elixirs. These 4 body-tempering pills were refined by me using those herbs and elixirs. I specially gave them to you as a gift." At this moment, Mo Qingyun saw that he had already panicked. He simply put on a show and continued to talk nonsense. "You refined them?" Hearing that the pills were refined by Mo Qingyun himself, Mo Xian and Mo Xiao were both shocked and surprised. However, if one looked carefully, they would notice that Mo Xian and Mo Xiao were surprised differently. Mo Xiao was surprised that Mo Qingyun had such an ability, while Mo Xian was surprised that Mo Qingyun actually came up with a new trick. He upgraded the Foundation Establishment liquid from last time to a pill. Although the improvement seemed to be great, and the pill looked good, Mo Xian did not dare to eat it. Who knew what materials Mo Qingyun used to refine the pills? Would there be any side effects if she ate it? If she were to get into trouble after eating it, that would be terrible. Could it be that she would find trouble with Mo Qingyun? No matter what, Mo Qingyun had given her the medicinal pills out of kindness that was hard to come by. Then, Mo Xian's mind quickly thought. After a short moment of thinking, Mo Xian's eyes lit up. She said to Mo Xiao, "Xiao Xiao, it's good that Qingyun has such a kind heart. We should return the pills to him. After all, these pills are too precious." The reason why Mo Xian said this was because she was worried that Mo Xiao would make a mistake after taking the pills. Mo Xiao did not think as much as Mo Xian. After hearing Mo Xian's words, she felt that it made sense. She returned the pills to Mo Qingyun and said, "Sister Xian is right. I'll return the pills to you. Next time, remember to bring me other gifts." Seeing the 2's actions, Mo Qingyun showed a trace of surprise. He was surprised by the 2's actions. However, after a short moment of surprise, Mo Qingyun looked at Mo Xiao and said, "Mo Xiao, Sister Xian's cultivation is already at body tempering 10th layer. The body tempering pill will not have much effect on her. However, you're now close to breaking through to body tempering 5th layer. As long as you take a body tempering pill, your cultivation will immediately enter body tempering 5th layer." Really? After hearing this, Mo Xiao's beautiful eyes lit up. She asked in surprise. After seeing Mo Xiao's expression, Mo Xian became anxious. However, she did not dare to stop Mo Xiao from taking the body-tempering pill. "Yes." After hearing Mo Xiao's words, Mo Qingyun nodded his head in confirmation. "Okay, then I'll take one now." Seeing Mo Qingyun nod his head, Mo Xiao did not think much and directly swallowed the body-tempering pill. Chapter 27. As soon as the body-tempering pill came out of Mo Xiao's mouth, It dissolved into pure medicinal power and entered Mo Zhao's body, tempering her body. After discovering this, Mo Zhao's face immediately revealed a surprised smile as she quickly refined the medicinal power. As the medicinal power of the body-tempering pill was slowly refined, Mo Zhao's aura began to slowly become stronger. After about 15 minutes, Mo Zhao's aura finally reached its peak. Body Tempering Stage 5. With the help of the body-tempering pill, Mo Zhao's cultivation finally broke through to Body Tempering Stage 5. Breakthrough. Feeling the change in Mo Zhao's aura, Mo Xian's eyes widened in disbelief. After Mo Zhao consumed the body-tempering pill, she thought of countless possibilities. However, she never thought that after Mo Zhao consumed the body-tempering pill, her cultivation would directly break through. Could it be that he succeeded in concocting another pill? How is this possible? After this thought appeared, Mo Xian suddenly felt dizzy. She still couldn't believe it. Since when did pills become so easy to concoct? Following this, Mo Xian's eyes widened as she looked at Mo Qingyun as if she was looking at a monster. Her gaze made Mo Qingyun's hair stand on end. While Mo Xian was still in disbelief, Mo Zhao stopped cultivating and thanked Mo Qingyun with a face full of joy. "Thank you, Qingyun. You're welcome." In response to Mo Zhao's words of gratitude, he replied with a faint smile. However, when he saw Mo Zhao's full chest, he couldn't help but feel guilty. He thought to himself, "This is my reward for touching your white rabbit in the monthly examination." Of course, Mo Qingyun didn't dare to say this out loud. While Mo Qingyun was thinking to himself, Mo Zhao gratefully handed over the remaining body-tempering pill to Mo Qingyun and said, "Qingyun, this body-tempering pill is too precious. I've already used one to break through, so I'll return the remaining one to you." After seeing Mo Zhao's action, Mo Qingyun's impression of Mo Zhao improved a little. He said with a smile, "Take it. I still have more body-tempering pills. Since you have just had a breakthrough, taking one more will help you stabilize your cultivation." Yes. When he heard Mo Qingyun's words, Mo Zhao obediently nodded his head. When he looked at Mo Qingyun, there was a different light in his eyes, as if he had made up his mind about something. Mo Qingyun didn't notice the change in Mo Zhao's expression. After replying to Mo Zhao, Mo Qingyun turned to look at Mo Xian and said with a smile, "Sister Xian, although the body-tempering pill doesn't have much of an effect on your cultivation, it can still strengthen your body. Take these 2 body-tempering pills." Now that he had seen the effects of the body-tempering pill, Mo Xian naturally no longer doubted the effects of the body-tempering pill. He said somewhat embarrassedly, "Hee, then I won't be polite." After receiving the body-tempering pills, Mo Xian revealed a trace of curiosity. She looked at Mo Qingyun and asked, "Tell me honestly, did you really refine these body-tempering pills?" After being questioned by Mo Xian, Mo Qingyun was speechless. He replied, "I really did refine them. Is there something wrong with that?" As if he was worried that Mo Xian wouldn't believe him, Mo Qingyun unconsciously explained, "Also, I am now a grade 2 alchemist. Besides the body-tempering pill, I can also refine many other types of pills." Grade 2 alchemist? After hearing Mo Qingyun's words, Mo Xian and Mo Zhao's expressions froze. They were somewhat surprised by Mo Qingyun's words. Pucci. After a short moment of surprise, Mo Xian and Mo Zhao covered their mouths and laughed. It was obvious that they doubted Mo Qingyun's words. "Stinking brat, stop bragging. Do you think that a grade 2 alchemist is the same as a body-tempering second-layer martial artist? You can easily reach it. In our entire northern desert town, I'm afraid we don't even have 5 grade 2 alchemists." Mo Xian rolled her eyes at Mo Qingyun. It was obvious that she didn't believe Mo Qingyun's words at all. After hearing Mo Xian's words, Mo Qingyun's face was filled with grievances. He was somewhat depressed in his heart. When Mo Xian saw Mo Qingyun's gloomy expression, she smiled again and said, "However, the way you lie is quite methodical. You look like a real liar. I really am a grade 2 alchemist. Not only that, I also obtained first place in the Alchemist Alliance's disciple assessment in Lianyun City." Mo Qingyun explained again. Alchemist Alliance? What kind of place is that? Mo Xian and Mo Xiao were stunned at first. Then, they laughed even more happily. Mo Xian said, "Okay, you don't have to explain. It doesn't matter if these pills were refined by you or if you bought them. Xiao Xiao and I appreciate your kindness." "Okay." Mo Xiao nodded her head and said, "Qingyun, don't be discouraged. I believe that one day you will definitely become a grade 2 alchemist." Hee hee. Seeing Mo Xian and Mo Xiao's actions, Mo Qingyun felt a wave of helplessness. He didn't want to explain anymore. Previously, he was still worried that if the Mo clan found out that he obtained first place in the Alchemist Alliance's disciple assessment, there would be some trouble. But now, it seemed that he was overthinking. It seemed that no one would believe him if he told them about this. After all, a grade 2 alchemist was too far away for the Mo clan. "Oh, right. After chatting for so long, I almost forgot to tell you something important." After fooling around with Mo Qingyun for a while, Mo Xian's face suddenly turned serious and said, "I heard that Mo Hai had a fortuitous encounter recently. Not only did his injuries recover, but his cultivation also reached the peak of body tempering stage 5. During the next monthly examination, his cultivation will most likely break through to body tempering stage 6. You should be careful when you meet him." Mo Hai had a fortuitous encounter. Hearing this news, Mo Qingyun was a little surprised, but he didn't take it to heart. Even though body tempering stage 6 wasn't weak, it wasn't enough to pose a threat to him. Not only that, Mo Hai also said that during the next monthly examination, if you meet him, he will break your arms and legs. Mo Zhao's face was full of worry as she added this sentence. She then advised Mo Qingyun, "Qingyun, in my opinion, if you meet Mo Hai during the next monthly examination, you shouldn't fight with him. Mo Hai is really strong now." "Really strong?" After hearing Mo Zhao's words, Mo Qingyun's lips curled into a playful smile. He didn't take Mo Hai's words to heart. However, in order to reassure the two women, Mo Qingyun still replied with a faint smile, "Yes, I will be careful when the time comes." Hearing Mo Qingyun's words, the two girls heaved a sigh of relief. Following this, the two girls chatted with Mo Qingyun for a while more before leaving. However, when Mo Xiao left, she looked as if she wanted to say something. In the end, she didn't say anything and left with Mo Xian. "During the next monthly examination, you will break my arms and legs?" After the two girls left, Mo Qingyun recalled Mo Zhao's words, and a playful smile appeared on his face. Following this, Mo Qingyun didn't slack off. He took out a body-tempering pill and swallowed it before he started cultivating again. Even though he didn't take the next monthly examination seriously, he didn't dare to be careless during the year-end competition. Mo Tsang wasn't someone Mo Hai could compare to. Now that Mo Tsang's cultivation had reached body tempering stage 9, he might reach body tempering stage 10 during the year-end competition. Chapter 28. After the two girls left, they didn't come back for the next few days. They were probably refining the body-tempering pills. Mo Qingyun didn't think too much about it and focused on his cultivation. 5 days later, over the past few days, Mo Qingyun had refined and absorbed all of the remaining body-tempering pills in his possession. At this moment, Mo Qingyun, who had been cultivating with his eyes closed, suddenly opened his eyes. His aura suddenly increased. Body tempering stage 6. After these days of cultivation, his cultivation finally broke through to body tempering stage 6. I finally broke through to body tempering stage 6. The breakthrough made Mo Qingyun happy. He thought to himself, there's still half a month before the monthly test. Maybe I can break through to body tempering stage 7 before the monthly test. Body tempering stage 7 was a watershed in the body tempering realm. Once one's cultivation broke through to body tempering stage 7, One's body would condense inner strength, and his strength would multiply. However, I've already used up all my pills. I still need to refine a few cauldrons of pills. After thinking about it, Mo Qingyun no longer hesitated. He took out the Scarlet Flame Cauldron and started to refine pills. With my current strength, I could try to refine level 3 pills. Mo Qingyun planned in his heart. Immediately after, Mo Qingyun took out all the medicinal herbs and spiritual herbs. Even the 3rd-grade spiritual herb, Fire Sunflower Golden Branch, was taken out by Mo Qingyun. This time, he planned to try to refine level 3 pills, Revolving Strength Pill. Revolving Strength Pill was a type of pill with a strong medicinal effect. Not only could it temper the body, it could also increase the speed of condensing inner strength. Seeing that everything was ready, Mo Qingyun started to refine the Revolving Strength Pill. Fire, smelt, purify, fuse, and form the pill. After a few days, a strong pill fragrance spread out from the Scarlet Flame Cauldron. This was a sign that the pill had been successfully refined. The Revolving Strength Pill was complete. Seeing this, Mo Qingyun's face lit up. He opened the cauldron and took out the Revolving Strength Pill. There were 7 pills in total. Each of them was level 3 middle. 7, middle 3rd grade. Looking at the Revolving Strength Pill in his hand, Mo Qingyun faintly smiled. He was quite satisfied with this harvest. The grade is a bit lacking, but it's still passable. Now that the Revolving Strength Pill has been successfully refined, it's time to continue cultivating. Then Mo Qingyun swallowed a Revolving Strength Pill and continued to cultivate. As soon as the Revolving Strength Pill was swallowed by Mo Qingyun, it dissolved the pure medicinal power and dissipated into Mo Qingyun's body. Seeing this, Mo Qingyun no longer hesitated and immediately began to refine and absorb the medicinal power. As the Revolving Strength Pill was refined and absorbed, Mo Qingyun's physical strength once again rose under the effects of the Revolving Strength Pill's medicinal efficacy. In addition, he also discovered that there seemed to be a stream of energy flowing out of his body. This was a thin stream of inner strength. Under the effect of the energy revolving pill, his body began to condense inner strength. Although this stream of inner strength was still very weak, it meant that he was now steadily advancing towards body tempering stage 7. As long as I can condense an inner strength cyclone, I can break through to body tempering stage 7. After this discovery, Mo Qingyun faintly smiled and began to cultivate even more diligently. One day later, the medicinal power of the energy revolving strength pill was finally completely absorbed by Mo Qingyun. After completely absorbing the medicinal power of the energy revolving strength pill, Mo Qingyun discovered that the inner strength stream in his body had grown a bit stronger. Of course, there was still some distance before it could condense into an inner strength cyclone, but Mo Qingyun was not in a hurry. He believed that after he had refined all 7 revolving strength pills, he should be able to break through to body tempering stage 7. Qingyun, are you there? At this moment, just as Mo Qingyun was about to continue cultivating, a gentle voice came from outside the courtyard. It was Mo Zhao's voice. After hearing this, Mo Qingyun stopped cultivating and responded, walking out of the house. Mo Zhao, are you looking for me? Looking at the graceful girl in front of him, Mo Qingyun was a little surprised and asked, "Can I look for you if there's nothing?" Hearing Mo Qingyun's words, Mo Zhao pretended to be unhappy and rolled her eyes at him, saying, "I brought you something to eat." Then, Mo Zhao took out a variety of pastries from the food box. The pastries were not bad and looked quite delicious. "Try it," Mo Zhao said shyly as she picked up a pastry and handed it to Mo Qingyun with a slight blush on her face. Looking at her, she seemed a little like a little wife who was cooking for her husband for the first time. However, when Mo Qingyun saw Mo Zhao's expression, he suddenly felt a little guilty. He thought to himself, "Why is this girl suddenly so nice to me? Could it be that she has taken a liking to me?" However, even though he thought so, Mo Qingyun still responded and sat down. He picked up a pastry and tasted it. How is it? Is it good? Mo Xiao asked quickly. Yes, it's delicious. Mo Qingyun smiled and nodded in response. Then I'll make it for you every day from now on, okay? Mo Xiao asked happily. No, no need. Looking at Mo Xiao's expression, Mo Qingyun quickly waved his hand. Oomph. I knew you didn't mean what you said. Mo Xiao pursed her lips and pretended to be unhappy. No, it's just that I'm not used to you being so nice to me all of a sudden. Mo Qingyun quickly explained. Then he asked doubtfully, I say, little girl, you're suddenly so nice to me. Could it be that you've taken a liking to me? After hearing Mo Qingyun's words, Mo Xiao's face suddenly turned red. She said angrily, Ba. I wouldn't take a liking to you. I feel that I took your body tempering pills last time and made some pastries for you to eat to express my gratitude. That's all. Don't think too much. Then I'm relieved. Hearing Mo Xiao's words, Mo Qingyun's expression suddenly relaxed, and he felt relieved. Mo Qingyun, what do you mean? Do you feel wrong that I like you? Looking at Mo Qingyun's expression, Mo Xiao immediately said with displeasure. After hearing Mo Xiao's words, Mo Qingyun rolled his eyes and said with a smile, Of course not. It's just that we're from the same clan. We can't have feelings for each other, right? After hearing Mo Qingyun's words, Mo Xiao revealed a trace of a sly smile and said, Qingyun, I have a secret that I haven't told you. In fact, I'm not from the Mo clan. I was adopted. There's no blood relationship between us. Damn, are you serious? After hearing Mo Xiao's words, Mo Qingyun's forehead suddenly broke out in a cold sweat. He looked at Mo Qingyun in shock. After seeing Mo Qingyun's expression, Mo Xiao immediately revealed a complacent smile and said, Hee, I'm lying to you. You actually believe this. You want me to like you? Dream on. After rolling her eyes at Mo Qingyun, Mo Xiao said, I came to find you this time because I need your help with something. What's the matter? Mo Qingyun asked. I found an immortal's cave on Purple Bamboo Mountain. However, there are 2 ironback apes guarding outside the cave. I can't enter. After saying this, Mo Xiao paused, looked at Mo Qingyun, and said so. I want you to help me deal with those 2 ironback apes. When do we leave? After hearing Mo Xiao's request, Mo Qingyun agreed without thinking. Now that his cultivation had broken through again, he just wanted to find a place to practice and adapt to his current strength. An adult ironback ape's strength was comparable to a 5th-layer body-tempering realm martial artist. Its strength wasn't very strong. In addition, ironback apes had strong defense and resistance. They were the most suitable targets. Chapter 29. Purple Bamboo Mountain was located to the west of Baima Town. It was named after the purple bamboo that grew on the mountain. About an hour later, Mo Qingyun and Mo Xiao arrived at Purple Bamboo Mountain. After arriving at Purple Bamboo Mountain, Mo Qingyun realized that there were many juniors from other families on Purple Bamboo Mountain. After seeing these people, Mo Qingyun revealed a puzzled expression and asked, Why are there so many people on Purple Bamboo Mountain? Purple Bamboo Mountain used to be a volcano. The soil on the mountain was formed by underground lava and is extremely fertile. Therefore, it is easy for herbs and spiritual medicine to grow on the mountain. Therefore, many people come here to try their luck and see if they can find some spiritual medicine. In response to Mo Qingyun's doubts, Mo Xiao smiled faintly and explained, I see. After Mo Xiao's explanation, Mo Qingyun immediately understood. Then, Mo Qingyun and Mo Xiao walked toward the depths of Purple Bamboo Mountain. Soon, Mo Qingyun and Mo Xiao arrived at the bottom of a cliff in the depths of Purple Bamboo Mountain. Suddenly, Mo Xiao's face lit up. He pointed at the stone wall in front of him and said excitedly, It's in front of us. That's the abode I was talking about. Let's go and take a look. Mo Qingyun nodded in response and took the lead to walk forward. Soon after, Mo Qingyun and Mo Qingyun arrived outside the abode. They sized it up. The abode was not big and could barely accommodate 3 people at the same time. Perhaps it was because no one had lived here for too long, but from the entrance, they could see that the inside of the abode was in a mess. Be careful, the ironback apes are nearby. They came when I came near last time. Mo Xiao reminded Mo Qingyun when they arrived at the entrance of the abode. Okay. Hearing this, Mo Qingyun nodded and carefully walked towards the entrance of the cave. Dong dong dong. Just then, as Mo Qingyun and Mo Xiao were approaching the abode, a series of hurried footsteps came from not far away. Then, Mo Qingyun saw 2 huge steel-like bodies rushing toward the 2 of them at an extremely fast speed. These 2 tall and strong figures were the ironback apes that Mo Xiao had mentioned. These 2 ironback apes seemed to have darker skin and a stronger aura than normal ironback apes. Mo Qingyun furrowed his brows as he watched the 2 burly men approaching at an extremely fast speed. A wave of surprise rose in his heart. The 2 ironback apes in front of him seemed to be somewhat different from the ironback apes he remembered. After discovering this, a trace of doubt rose in Mo Qingyun's heart. He thought to himself, these 2 ironback apes seem to have undergone some mutation. Their strength seems to be a little stronger than normal ironback apes. If this is the case, it will be somewhat troublesome to deal with them. Shortly after, Mo Qingyun's expression turned serious as he said to Mo Xiao, "Be careful later. The strength of these 2 ironback apes shouldn't be as simple as the 5th layer of body tempering realm." Yes. Hearing Mo Qingyun's reminder, Mo Xiao nodded with a solemn expression. Chi, seeing the 2 uninvited guests, Mo Qingyun and Mo Xiao. The 2 ironback apes angrily roared. Then, the ironback apes moved and pounced towards Mo Qingyun and Mo Xiao. They raised their large palms and viciously slapped towards Mo Qingyun and Mo Xiao. When the 2 ironback apes attacked, they displayed a powerful aura. This was definitely not something that a 5th layer of body tempering realm could possess. Body tempering realm, 6th layer. The strength of these 2 ironback apes had already reached the 6th layer of body tempering realm. How? How is this possible? How did the strength of these 2 ironback apes reach the 6th layer of body tempering realm? The sudden turn of events caused Mo Xiao to involuntarily become absent-minded. In her panic, she even forgot to resist. Be careful. Seeing this, Mo Qingyun immediately warned Mo Xiao. He executed swift shadow steps and dashed towards Mo Xiao. He raised his hand and grabbed Mo Xiao's slender waist, hugging her and narrowly avoiding the ironback ape's attack. Being hugged by Mo Qingyun, Mo Xiao came back to her senses. Her face flushed red and she panicked and guiltily said, "Qingyun, I'm sorry. I didn't know that the strength of these 2 ironback apes had already reached the 6th layer of body tempering realm." Seeing Mo Xiao's guilt-ridden expression, Mo Qingyun faintly smiled and casually said, "Don't worry, just leave the rest to me." "Leave it to you?" Hearing Mo Qingyun's words, Mo Xiao's expression froze. For a moment, she did not understand the meaning of Mo Qingyun's words. However, at this moment, before Mo Xiao could react, Mo Qingyun had already dashed towards the 2 ironback apes. "Qingyun, don't go over there." Those 2 ironback apes, seeing Mo Qingyun's actions, Mo Xiao immediately shouted out worriedly. 9 heavy crash, however. Before she could finish her words, Mo Qingyun raised his hand and punched out towards one of the ironback apes. Bang! Following which, Mo Xiao saw that the ironback ape was directly sent flying by Mo Qingyun's punch. How is this possible? The ironback ape is at the 6th layer of body tempering realm. How could it be? After seeing this scene, Mo Xiao was instantly dumbfounded. She felt that her brain was not enough to process this. The ironback ape with the strength of a 6th layer body tempering realm was actually sent flying by Mo Qingyun's punch. Doesn't this mean that Mo Qingyun is at least at the 6th layer of body tempering realm? 6th layer of body tempering realm. Qing Yun's cultivation has reached the 6th layer of body-tempering realm. After this thought appeared, Emo Zhao's heart became even more shocked. Her chest heaved up and down continuously. There was also a slight change in the way she looked at Emo Qingyun. It was as if she did not recognize Emo Qingyun. She clearly remembered that in the monthly test more than 10 days ago, Emo Qingyun's cultivation had only just reached the 4th layer of body-tempering realm. Now, in just 10 days, Emo Qingyun's cultivation had actually reached the 6th layer of body-tempering realm. In just 10 days, his cultivation had jumped 2 levels. This kind of cultivation speed was simply too frightening. At this moment, if she had not seen it with her own eyes, she would not have dared to believe it, even if she was beaten to death. There was actually someone who could raise his cultivation by 2 levels in just 10 days. This was simply too unbelievable. Bang! At this moment, while Emo Zhao was still in shock, the other Ironback ape was also knocked down by Emo Qingyun's fist. Seeing the 2 Ironback apes with the strength of a 6th-layer body-tempering realm being easily defeated by Emo Qingyun in just a short period of time, Emo Zhao was speechless. For a moment, Emo Zhao didn't know what to say. Looking at the approaching Emo Qingyun, he stammered for a long time before saying, "You're really abnormal." Abnormal? After hearing Emo Zhao's words, Emo Qingyun's face instantly became aggrieved. He said gloomily, "No way, I was kind enough to help you get rid of these 2 Ironback apes. Is this how you thank me?" Looking at Emo Qingyun's gloomy face, Emo Zhao's charming face turned red. She said somewhat embarrassedly, Who told you to become so strong all of a sudden? I was not mentally prepared at all." So strong? Not mentally prepared at all? After pondering over Emo Zhao's words, Emo Qingyun suddenly felt somewhat speechless. These words could easily lead to ambiguity. Let's go in and take a look. After revealing a trace of a bitter smile, Emo Qingyun did not say much. He said to Emo Zhao and walked into the cave. Chapter 30. As soon as he entered the cave, Emo Qingyun felt a heat wave rushing towards him. What a strong flame! After discovering this, Emo Qingyun frowned as a trace of surprise rose in his heart. Emo Qingyun was a little more curious about the inside of the cave, so he quickened his pace. As he went deeper into the cave, Emo Qingyun felt that the heat wave was getting stronger. Under the attack of the heat wave, Emo Zhao, who was beside him, turned pale. From the looks of it, her resistance to the heat wave should have reached its limit. Seeing this, Emo Qingyun smiled at Emo Zhao and said, "Why don't you leave first and I'll go in and take a look?" "Okay." After hearing Emo Qingyun's words, Emo Zhao did not insist. She nodded and walked out of the cave. Then, Emo Qingyun walked into the cave alone. After a while, Emo Qingyun saw a stone room in the cave. This stone room was very simple. There was only a stone bed, a stone table, and a few stone stools. There was a skeleton sitting on the stone bed. It should be the owner of the stone room. Beside the skeleton, there was a cosmos bag and a sword-shaped jade pendant. Seeing this, Emo Qingyun walked over. Picking up the jade pendant, Emo Qingyun saw that there was an ancient word "tomb" written on the jade pendant. In addition, after Emo Qingyun picked up the jade pendant, he could clearly feel that there was a strong soul energy fluctuation on the jade pendant. Soul energy fluctuation? After this discovery, Emo Qingyun frowned and guessed, the origin of this small sword jade pendant is not simple. Then, Emo Qingyun carefully observed the small sword jade pendant. After finding that there was nothing strange about it, he stopped studying it and put it away. Then, Emo Qingyun picked up the cosmos bag and opened it to check. Inside the Chinquan bag were some ores and sword embryos. This discovery made Emo Qingyun feel a little disappointed. If he had been an armament master in his previous life, these materials might have been of some help to him. However, these things were not very useful to him now. However, judging from the current situation, the owner of this cave should have been a master craftsman when he was alive. After that, Emo Qingyun searched the stone room again. After finding nothing else, he left the stone room. After walking out of the stone room, Mo Qingyun walked deeper into the cave. That was the source of the heat wave. As Mo Qingyun went deeper into the cave, the heat wave in the cave became even more intense and violent. Under the assault of this heat wave, Mo Qingyun could clearly feel waves of pain coming from his skin. Fortunately, just as he was about to reach his limit, he finally arrived at the bottom of the cave. This was also a stone room. There was a huge furnace placed inside. It should have been used by the owner of the cave to forge weapons when he was alive. What surprised Mo Qingyun was that beside the furnace was a huge lava pool. At this moment, the red lava in the pool was like boiling water. It kept rolling and bubbling. The heat wave in the cave was emitted from this lava pool. This place is very suitable for forging weapons. Looking at the lava pool, Mo Qingyun was impressed by the owner of the cave. He really knew how to choose a place. Forging weapons here was indeed twice the result with half the effort. This is... At this moment, just as Mo Qingyun was sighing in his heart, he suddenly realized that there were red crystal-like objects beside the lava pool. Then, Mo Qingyun took a closer look and picked up a red crystal-like object. As soon as the red crystal-like object was in his hand, Mo Qingyun felt a pure flame energy being emitted from it. After feeling the flame energy, Mo Qingyun was shocked. He said in surprise, "This is the Earth Core Flame Crystal. I didn't expect to find such a good thing here." The Earth Core Flame Crystal was similar to the glazed stalactite. They were both spiritual objects of heaven and earth formed after a long time. However, the environment where the Earth Core Flame Crystal was formed was more dangerous. Therefore, the Earth Core Flame Crystal was more precious and rare than the glazed stalactite. Then, without hesitation, Mo Qingyun collected all the Earth Core Flame Crystals in front of him. After a while, the Earth Core Flame Crystals near the lava pool were all collected by Mo Qingyun. There were a total of 23 Earth Core Flame Crystals. Such a harvest made Mo Qingyun ecstatic. With these Earth Core Flame Crystals, he could awaken his Scarlet Flame Dragon Martial Soul earlier. Then, without hesitation, Mo Qingyun got up and walked out of the cave. Outside the cave, after listening to Mo Qingyun's suggestion, Mo Xiao went back to the cave and waited for Mo Qingyun to come out. At this moment, Mo Xiao was waiting for Mo Qingyun outside the cave. She saw a few young men around the age of 17 or 18 rushing toward her. "Brother Song Chun, the Immortal's cave I told you about is not far ahead." When the young men approached, one of them said. After a while, the young men arrived outside the cave. When they saw Mo Xiao standing outside the cave, the young men were all surprised. Their eyes swept over Mo Xiao. "I didn't expect there to be a beauty outside the cave." Looking at Mo Xiao's delicate face and curvaceous body, the young men all smiled lecherously. Seeing their expressions, Mo Xiao's face tensed up. She looked at them with fear and stepped back unconsciously. After seeing Mo Xiao's reaction, the young men became more complacent and their eyes became more unscrupulous. "Little beauty, did you just come out of the cave?" At this moment, one of the young men said to Mo Xiao with a lecherous smile. "What do you want?" Mo Xiao said nervously with a tense expression. "We found this cave long ago. Now that you've entered our cave and stolen our things, what do you think we should do?" The young man said to Mo Xiao with a lecherous smile, "Song Lei, don't scare the little beauty." At this moment, another young man spoke out. "Little beauty, I originally intended to punish you severely for entering my abode and stealing my things, but I don't like to use force. Now, I'll give you two choices. First, serve me well, and I'll allow you to take away the things you took from my abode. Second, we'll strip off your clothes and take away the things you've stolen." Brother Song Chun and us. Hearing Song Chen's words, the young men said to Song Chun with a covetous look. After hearing their words, Song Chun smiled lecherously and said, "That's right. Let me correct you. Serve us well. You guys are shameless." After hearing Song Chen's words, Mo Xiao's face turned pale and she pointed at Song Chun and scolded. While Mo Xiao was scolding Song Chun, Mo Qingyun came out of the cave. Seeing Mo Xiao's embarrassed and angry expression, he asked, Xiao Xiao, what's wrong? After hearing Mo Qingyun's question, Mo Xiao's face turned red, and she was too embarrassed to say anything. Seeing Mo Xiao's expression and the lewd gazes of the people in front of him, with Mo Qingyun's experience, he could naturally guess what was going on. After seeing this, Mo Qingyun said coldly to the young men, You guys come over here and kowtow to admit your mistakes, then get lost. After hearing Mo Qingyun's words, Song Chun and the young men were surprised by Mo Qingyun's reaction. What? This brat actually asked us to kowtow to admit our mistakes? Did I hear wrongly? This brat's aura is only a tempered body 6th layer. Does he think that he can deal with us? I think this brat wants to puff himself up at his own cost in front of the little beauty. He wants to suffer for his pride. After being stunned for a moment, Song Chun and the young men's faces were filled with disdain as they sneered. Following which, Song Chen's face darkened as he turned to the few people beside him and said, Song Lei, the few of you, teach this brat a good lesson. Stomp on his thing until it explodes. I want him to never be able to stand up again in this lifetime. Got it. After hearing Song Chen's words, Song Lei and the young men immediately responded and walked towards Mo Qingyun with sneers on their faces. Stomp on my thing? Chapter 31. Swift Shadow Steps. Mo Qingyun coldly glanced at Song Lei and the rest before executing the martial technique Swift Shadow Steps. His body moved, leaving behind an afterimage. Bang! Following which, the crowd saw one of the youths being sent flying by Mo Qingyun's punch. He fell to the ground, half dead. With just one punch, Mo Qingyun defeated a 5th-layer body-tempering realm cultivator. Mo Qingyun's sudden display of strength caused the crowd's expression to change. They did not expect Mo Qingyun's strength to be so strong. Even Mo Xiao was the same. Song Zheng, Song Han, Song Hui, you guys attacked together. Seeing Mo Qingyun cripple Song Lei with one punch, Song Chun could no longer remain calm and immediately shouted to the other 3 youths. However, just as Song Chun spoke, Mo Qingyun's feet moved like the wind. His body moved again, and he attacked another person. Song Lei and the rest were all 5th-layer body-tempering realm cultivators. Their cultivation was lower than Mo Qingyun's, and their agility was not as good as Mo Qingyun's. Now that Mo Qingyun had executed swift shadow steps, they did not even have time to react before one of them was sent flying by Mo Qingyun, losing his ability to fight. Another 5th-layer body-tempering realm cultivator was crippled. Moreover, it was unknown whether Mo Qingyun did it intentionally or not, but this time his foot just happened to land on that person's lower body. At this moment, the crowd seemed to hear the sound of an eggshell cracking. The sound was so crisp, and my lower body hurts. At this moment, the remaining 2, Song Han and Song Hui, unconsciously clamped their thighs together, afraid that they would be the next one to be kicked. After witnessing this scene, Mo Xiao's face turned red. She shyly turned her head and said, Pervert. Mo Qingyun did not pay attention to Song Han and Song Hui's reactions. His body moved again, and he attacked Song Han. Mo Qingyun thought to himself, there were too many people on Song Chen's side, and Song Chen's cultivation was at the 7th stage body-tempering realm. If he didn't make the first move and get rid of the other party's small fries, it would be more troublesome when he faced Song Chun. Seeing Mo Qingyun attack Song Han, Song Chun seemed to have guessed Mo Qingyun's intentions. He hurriedly warned Song Han, be careful, as Song Chun reminded them. He also walked towards Mo Qingyun, intending to stop Mo Qingyun's actions. Bang! However, he was still a step too late. Just as he moved, Mo Qingyun sent Song Han flying with a kick again. It was the same footwork, the same position, and the same move. Mo Qingyun kicked out, and Song Han was sent flying, landing heavily on the ground. After taking Mo Qingyun's kick, Song Han curled up on the ground, covering his crotch. His face was contorted in pain, and he could not get up for a long time. Seeing that 3 of his men had been taken care of in such a short period of time, Song Chen's face was extremely ugly. He looked at Mo Qingyun and said coldly, "Kid, your strength surprised me. However, your actions will only enrage me. I'll make sure you die a horrible death later. Song Hui, you deal with that woman. Leave this kid to me." Song Chun ordered the last young man. "Yes, brother Song Chun." Song Hui nodded and dashed towards Mo Xiao, summoning his martial spirit. Judging from Song Hui's actions, they did not dare to be careless at this point. After Song Hui summoned his martial soul, a huge black figure appeared above him. It was Song Hui's martial soul, a 6th-grade golden-eyed black bear martial soul. After seeing Song Hui's martial soul, Mo Xiao's expression relaxed. At this moment, she only had to face Song Hui alone. Song Hui's cultivation was the same as hers, at the 5th-grade body-tempering realm. Her 7th-grade martial soul, Top Rain Crane, was 1 grade higher than Song Hui's 6th-grade golden-eyed black bear martial soul. If that was the case, she would have the upper hand in the upcoming battle. In comparison, Mo Qingyun was under more pressure. After all, Mo Qingyun's opponent was Song Chun, who was at the 7th-grade body-tempering realm. A 7th-grade body-tempering realm cultivator could produce inner strength in his body. This was a qualitative leap. Therefore, it would be difficult for Mo Qingyun to defeat Song Chun. "Qingyun, you have to be careful," Mo Xiao said to Mo Qingyun with concern. "Don't worry, I'm confident in defeating this guy." Hearing Mo Xiao's words of concern, Mo Qingyun smiled faintly, indicating that she did not need to worry. "Kid, you seem to be overconfident. I'll let you know the power of a 7th-grade body-tempering realm cultivator." Seeing that Mo Qingyun did not take him seriously, Song Chen's expression turned colder. He raised his hand and punched towards Mo Qingyun. Hungry Tiger pounces. As soon as Song Chen attacked, he leaped forward like a hungry tiger pouncing on its prey. His hands formed into claws and viciously tore at Mo Qingyun. Seeing this, Mo Qingyun did not dare to be careless. He executed the 9-stage crash and raised his hand to meet Song Chen's attack. 9-stage crash. Mo Qingyun raised his hand and punched out. He exerted his 6th-grade body-tempering realm cultivation to the maximum, not daring to hold back. Although he was a reincarnated supreme being, he did not dare to be careless or hold back at this moment. After all, he was not only doing this to protect himself, but also to defeat Song Chun. Only then would he be able to escape with Mo Xiao. If it was just to escape, Mo Qingyun would not be worried even if he was facing a 9th-grade body-tempering realm cultivator. However, if he wanted to defeat Song Chun head-on, even though Song Chun was only at the 7th-grade body-tempering realm, he would still be under a lot of pressure. Bang! When Mo Qingyun and Song Chun collided, a loud sound immediately rang out, following which, Mo Qingyun and Song Chen's bodies rapidly retreated. Not bad, seeing that his all-out attack did not manage to take down Mo Qingyun. Song Chen's expression turned colder. He said coldly, "Since you've forced me to this point, you should die with honor. Sword Qilin Tiger martial spirit, come out." Under Song Chen's loud shout, a huge cyan tiger shadow appeared above him, exuding a powerful aura. This was the 8th-grade martial spirit, the Sword Qilin Tiger martial spirit. Lin Fan did not expect Song Chen's martial spirit to be so powerful. As soon as the Sword Qilin Tiger martial spirit appeared, it immediately released a surge of soul power onto Song Chen's body. Under the effect of the soul power, Song Chen's aura instantly rose to the level of a body-tempering realm cultivator. After feeling the power of his martial spirit, a cruel smile appeared on Song Chen's face. He looked at Mo Qingyun and said coldly, "Brat, prepare to die." After feeling the powerful aura from Song Chun, Mo Xiao's face turned pale and he panicked. He shouted at Mo Qingyun, "Qingyun, leave now. Don't worry about me." Is the Sword Qilin Tiger martial spirit very powerful? While Mo Xiao was worried, Mo Qingyun looked at Song Chen's Sword Qilin Tiger martial spirit and replied disdainfully, following which Mo Qingyun revealed a proud look and summoned his martial spirit. Scarlet Flame Dragon, come out. As soon as Mo Qingyun finished his words, a huge scarlet figure appeared above him. It was a scarlet dragon shadow that was a few meters long. As soon as the scarlet dragon shadow appeared, it attacked the sword Qilin Tiger martial spirit and swallowed it. Swallowed. Song Chen's sword Qilin Tiger martial spirit was swallowed by the scarlet dragon shadow. How is this possible? Mo Xiao and the other two were stunned when they saw this scene. What they had just witnessed had already exceeded their understanding of martial souls. How could a martial spirit be swallowed? Am I seeing things? Song Chen's martial spirit was swallowed? Looking at the imposing red dragon shadow, Mo Xiao's face was filled with shock. His chest heaved up and down as he could not believe what he was seeing. Is that scarlet dragon shadow Qing Yun's martial spirit? At this moment, Mo Xiao found it hard to believe that Mo Qingyun, who was called trash by the Mo family, only had a grade 1 martial spirit. His martial spirit was so powerful and domineering after it was released. If the elders of the Mo clan were to see this scene, they would definitely be shocked. Qin Yun's martial spirit is so powerful. Recalling the Scarlet Flame Dragon martial spirit's performance, Mo Xiao was excited and clenched his fists. Dragon Clan martial spirit. This kid's martial spirit is actually a Dragon Clan martial spirit. After seeing Mo Qingyun's martial spirit, not only Mo Xiao, but Song Chun and Song Hui were also in disbelief. The Dragon Clan martial spirit was one of the most powerful martial spirits in the Heavenly Soul Continent. Even the weakest, inferior Dragon Clan martial spirit was at least a grade 9 martial spirit. Mo Qingyun's Scarlet Flame Dragon martial spirit was obviously not an inferior Dragon Clan martial spirit. In this case, Mo Qingyun's martial spirit was at least a grade 10 martial spirit. It might even be a superior grade 10 martial spirit. Puff. Martial spirits were the foundation of a martial artist. After the sword Qilin Tiger martial spirit was swallowed, Song Chen spat out a mouthful of blood and his face turned pale. Chapter 32. Kid, you better not cross the line. I'm a direct descendant of the Song clan. My elder brother is the #1 genius of the Song clan, Song Zaheo. Seeing Mo Qingyun coming closer, Song Chun said in fear, "If you dare to touch me, the Song clan and my elder brother will not let you go." Direct descendant of the Song clan? Song Zaheo's younger brother? After hearing Song Zaheo's words, Mo Qingyun's expression changed slightly. He was surprised by Song Chen's identity. However, this made him more determined to kill Song Chun and the others. He said with a playful smile, "Are you threatening me?" Originally, after Mo Qingyun summoned his martial spirit, he did not plan to keep Song Chun and the others alive. Currently, he did not want others to know about his Scarlet Flame Dragon martial spirit. Therefore, Song Chun and the others could not be kept alive. But now, Mo Qingyun knew that Song Chun was Song Zaheo's younger brother. Naturally, he could not keep them alive. Song Chun naturally did not know about Mo Qingyun's thoughts. After seeing Mo Qingyun's reaction, Song Chun thought that Mo Qingyun was frightened by his identity. "Are you afraid now?" Following which, a pleased expression appeared on Song Chen's face as he said, "Brat, I can see that your potential is not bad. If you kowed out to me now and admit your mistake, give me that woman to enjoy, and swear that you will be my Song family's servant from now on, I can recommend you to my big brother." At that moment, while Song Chun spoke with a complacent expression, Mo Qingyun revealed an impatient expression. He directly ordered the Scarlet Flame Dragon martial spirit to spit out a Scarlet Flame Dragon breath toward Song Chun. "Kid, you." Seeing Mo Qingyun's action, Song Chen's expression changed. He was shocked by Mo Qingyun's action. He did not expect that Mo Qingyun would still dare to attack him after knowing his identity. Under the Scarlet Flame Dragon martial spirit's dragon breath, Song Chun did not even have time to react before he was burned to ashes. You killed brother Song Chun." Song Hui exclaimed in horror when he saw that Song Chun had been reduced to ashes by the dragon breath. However, before he could finish speaking, Mo Qingyun made the scarlet flame heavenly dragon spit out a mouthful of dragon breath at him. Following that, Song Hui followed in Song Chen's footsteps and was reduced to ashes by the dragon's breath. After that, Mo Qingyun made the scarlet flame heavenly dragon spit out dragon breath, burning Song Lei and Song Zheng to ashes. After doing all this, Mo Qingyun called back the flaming red dragon martial spirit and walked towards Mo Xiao, who was stunned on the spot. "Xiao Xiao, let's go." Mo Qingyun came to Mo Xiao's side and said with a faint smile, "Ah." Hearing Mo Qingyun's words, Mo Xiao quivered. He looked at Mo Qingyun in awe and nodded. At this moment, the feeling that Mo Qingyun gave her seemed to have suddenly become unfamiliar. The Mo Qingyun in front of her was too different from the Mo Qingyun in her impression. In his impression, Mo Qingyun's martial soul should be the kind that was dispensable. However, Mo Qingyun's martial soul had already reached a freakish level, devouring other people's martial spirits and burning them to ashes with dragon breath. Was this still a martial spirit? Could a martial spirit be used like this? Even a powerful demonic dragon would not be able to do this. Mo Qingyun's current performance had completely shattered her understanding of martial spirits. Seeing Mo Xiao's expression, Mo Qingyun quickly guessed what she was thinking. She must be shocked by a scarlet flame, heavenly dragon, martial spirit. Seeing this, Mo Qingyun smiled and said, "Xiao Xiao, about my martial spirit, I hope you can keep it a secret for me." "Okay, I won't tell anyone." Mo Xiao nodded in agreement. Hearing Mo Qingyun mention his martial spirit, Mo Xiao was confused and asked, "Qingyun, isn't your martial spirit a grade 1 illumination martial spirit?" Mo Qingyun did not answer Mo Xiao's question directly. Instead, he summoned his two martial spirits. Then, a light shadow appeared on each of Mo Qingyun's hands. A scarlet dragon shadow and a white light door. Seeing the two light shadows, Mo Xiao's expression changed, and she exclaimed, "Twin martial spirits." Mo Qingyun's martial spirits were actually twin martial spirits. Moreover, one of them was a powerful dragon martial spirit. After this discovery, Mo Xiao's heart was in turmoil. She stared at Mo Qingyun with her eyes wide open. She couldn't help thinking that no one in the Mo clan would have thought that Mo Qingyun actually had twin martial spirits. Phew! After a while, Mo Xiao exhaled deeply and calmed her excited heart. She really did not expect that the trash of the Mo clan was the real #1 genius of the Mo clan. She was sure that Mo Qingyun's Scarlet Dragon martial spirit was actually more powerful than Mo Tsang's grade 10 Nether Tiger martial spirit. Then Mo Qingyun's Dragon martial spirit was a superior grade martial spirit. Mo Qingyun actually had a superior grade martial spirit. After this discovery, Mo Xiao was shocked to the point of dizziness. This result was too unexpected and too sudden for her. But if this is the case with Mo Qingyun's talent, how could his cultivation progress be so slow? Mo Xiao's heart was filled with doubt and confusion. However, Mo Xiao's eyes lit up as she thought of a possibility. This should be Mo Qingyun's deliberate act. He was enduring hardships, enduring humiliation, waiting for the day when he would amaze the world with a single brilliant feat now. It seemed that Mo Qingyun had done it. In the last monthly test, Mo Qingyun's outstanding talent had already attracted the attention of the elders in the Mo clan. Mo Xiao was sure that in the next monthly test, Mo Qingyun would definitely surprise everyone and shock everyone. "Qingyun, what's your current cultivation level?" Mo Xiao asked Mo Qingyun with a curious look on his face. "I just broke through to body tempering stage 6. In response to Mo Qingyun's question, Mo Qingyun did not hide anything and answered truthfully. Body tempering stage 6. Although she had already guessed Mo Qingyun's cultivation level, hearing Mo Qingyun admit it still shocked her. Mo Qingyun's breakthrough was different from hers. In a last monthly test, her cultivation was already at the peak of body tempering stage 4. She only needed an opportunity to break through to body tempering stage 5. Mo Qingyun, on the other hand, had just broken through to body tempering stage 4 during the last monthly test. Now, in just over 10 days, Mo Qingyun's cultivation had broken through 2 levels consecutively, reaching body tempering stage 6. This kind of cultivation speed is a little too frightening. Yes. Thinking of this, Mo Xiao could not help but suck in a breath of cold air. She looked at Mo Qingyun with a strange expression. Seeing Mo Xiao's reaction, Mo Qingyun felt a little helpless, but he did not explain anything. He only smiled faintly and said, "Let's go back." "Okay." Mo Xiao nodded and followed Mo Qingyun back to the Mo clan. After returning to the Mo clan, Mo Qingyun told Mo Xiao about the situation in the cave. He was going to give some of the earth core flame crystals he obtained from the cave to Mo Xiao. However, Mo Xiao rejected Mo Qingyun's decision, saying that Mo Qingyun's Scarlet Flame Heavenly Dragon Martial Spirit was more effective in absorbing the earth core flame crystals. Seeing Mo Xiao's rejection, Mo Qingyun did not insist. He thought to himself, giving the earth core flame crystals to Mo Xiao is indeed not very useful. I'll refine some pills for her another day. After thinking of this, Mo Qingyun gave the remaining body tempering pills to Mo Xiao. Seeing Mo Qingyun give the body tempering pills to her, Mo Xiao did not reject this time and happily accepted them. Chapter 33. In the small courtyard, Mo Qingyun sat cross-legged, restrained his mind, and immersed himself in cultivation. At this moment, the Scarlet Flame Dragon Martial Soul was summoned. It was like a baby sucking breast milk, absorbing the Earth Core Flame Crystal in his hand. Under the Scarlet Flame Dragon Martial Soul's crazy absorption, the Earth Core Flame Crystal shrunk at a speed visible to the naked eye. Half a day later, the Scarlet Flame Dragon Martial Soul had absorbed a piece of the Earth Core Flame Crystal. After absorbing a piece of the Earth Core Flame Crystal, the Scarlet Flame Dragon Martial Soul's color had deepened significantly. Apart from that, its body had also expanded slightly, and its aura had become stronger. Of course, in the process of the Crimson Flame Heavenly Dragon absorbing the Geocentric Flame Crystal, Mo Qingyun also obtained considerable benefits. After the Scarlet Flame Dragon Martial Soul had absorbed a piece of the Earth Core Flame Crystal, his cultivation had increased significantly, and his physical strength had also increased. After this discovery, Mo Qingyun did not hesitate and immediately took out another piece of the Earth Core Flame Crystal for the Scarlet Flame Dragon Martial Soul to absorb. 3 days later, the Scarlet Flame Dragon Martial Soul had absorbed 5 pieces of the Earth Core Flame Crystal. At this moment, the Scarlet Flame Dragon Martial Soul's color had deepened, and its body had grown from 5 meters long to 7 meters long. At this moment, Mo Qingyun's cultivation had also reached the peak of early-stage body tempering realm LV6. 7 days later, the Scarlet Flame Dragon Martial Soul had absorbed 12 pieces of the Earth Core Flame Crystal. The Scarlet Flame Dragon Martial Soul's body had grown from 7 meters to 9 meters long. Mo Qingyun's cultivation had also reached the peak of mid-stage body tempering realm LV6 from early-stage body tempering realm LV6. 13 days later, the Scarlet Flame Dragon Martial Soul had absorbed all 23 pieces of the Earth Core Flame Crystal on Mo Qingyun's body. At this moment, the Scarlet Flame Dragon Martial Soul's body had grown to 12 meters long, and its aura was comparable to a true Qi realm expert. Mo Qingyun's cultivation had also reached the peak of late-stage body tempering realm LV6 and was half a step away from body tempering realm LV7. On the other hand, Mo Qingyun's physical strength had reached a terrifying level. Even if he were to be compared to someone at the 8th layer body tempering realm, he would not be outdone. Currently, Mo Qingyun's body was filled with streams of inner force. It was only a matter of time before he broke through to the 7th layer body tempering realm. Body tempering stage 6 peak. After sensing his cultivation base, Mo Qingyun revealed a satisfied smile. Even though he did not break through to body tempering stage 7 immediately, his current strength was enough for him to participate in the monthly test tomorrow. Seeing that tomorrow was the monthly test, Mo Qingyun decided not to continue cultivating. He wanted to take advantage of this time to cultivate the martial skills Swift Shadow Steps and 9-stage collapse so that he could quickly adapt to his current cultivation. In the following period of time, Mo Qingyun practiced the martial skill over and over again without getting tired of it. The night passed in silence. The next day, the sun had just risen. Mo Qingyun heard a burst of laughter coming from outside the small courtyard. It was the sound of several young girls talking. This meant that Mo Xiao and Mo Xian had arrived. Immediately, Mo Qingyun did not hesitate and stood up to open the door for them. Qingyun, take a guess. Who do you think we brought? Seeing Mo Qingyun open the door, Mo Xiao and Mo Xian put on a mysterious smile and asked Mo Qingyun. Mo Qingyun was stunned at first, then replied with a blank expression, I can't guess. Hearing Mo Qingyun's reply, Mo Xian and Mo Xian were disappointed. They rolled their eyes at Mo Qingyun and said, You don't know how to cooperate at all. Look who's here. Mo Xian and Mo Xiao moved to the side, revealing the figure behind them. Then, Mo Qingyun saw a familiar face. This was a young girl whose looks were comparable to Mo Xian and Mo Xian's. This young girl was also Mo Qingyun's cousin, the daughter of Mo Qingyun's second aunt, Mo Ling. At this moment, Mo Ling's face was flushed red, and there was a trace of fragrant sweat between her eyebrows. Her breathing was weak. After this discovery, Mo Qingyun unconsciously frowned and looked at Mo Ling a few more times. With one look, Mo Qingyun was shocked. The Prairie Fire Phoenix physique, it's actually the 11th among the 3,000 special physiques, the Prairie Fire Phoenix physique. He really did not expect Mo Ling's physique to be the Prairie Fire Phoenix physique. No wonder Mo Ling was acting like this. The 3,000 special physiques were the 3,000 extremely powerful special physiques. They all had one common characteristic. That was, they must awaken the power of their bloodline in order to display their power. Otherwise, not only would they not be able to display the power of the special physique, they would be tortured to death by it. Obviously, Mo Ling was suffering from the Prairie Fire Phoenix physique at this moment. Sister Mo Ling, so it's you. Mo Qingyun was shocked at first, then smiled and said to the young girl, Come in and have a seat. Brat, why are you so polite to Sister Mo Ling? Is it because Sister Mo Ling is prettier than us? Seeing Mo Qingyun's behavior, Mo Xian pretended to be unhappy and glared at Mo Qingyun slyly. After hearing Mo Xian's words, Mo Qingyun was speechless. He smiled bitterly and said, Sister Mo Xian, you've wronged me. Sister Mo Xian, don't tease Qingyun. He saw that my physique is not good and wants me to sit in the room and rest. Mo Ling smiled sweetly and spoke for Mo Qingyun. Hearing Mo Ling's words, Mo Xian felt helpless and said, Sister Mo Ling, you're still so protective of him. Aren't you the same? Mo Ling unconsciously replied. Hearing Mo Ling's words, Mo Xian was suddenly at a loss for words. She stammered guiltily. I saw him being beaten so badly by others that I couldn't stand it. I'm not protecting this brat. Is that so? Mo Ling smiled playfully and asked. Under Mo Ling's gaze, Mo Xian immediately felt unnatural and even more guilty. She changed the topic and said, Brat, second Aunt asked us to bring this to you. Everyone is so biased. The first person they think of when they come back is you. Then, Mo Xian handed a brocade box to Mo Qingyun. After Mo Qingyun opened it, he found a new set of clothes inside. Quickly change and let us see. After seeing the clothes in the brocade box, Mo Xian and the other two girls were curious and urged Mo Qingyun to get up and change. Then, under their gaze, Mo Qingyun returned to the room and changed into the new clothes. Not bad, not bad. You look so handsome in these clothes. After a while, seeing Qingyun come out, the girls nodded with satisfaction. Sister Xian, Sister Ling, the monthly test is about to begin. Let's go to the martial arts practice field. Xiao looked at the time and reminded the two girls. Then, Qingyun and the other three got up and walked towards the martial arts practice field. Qingyun looked at Ling in front of him and revealed a thoughtful expression. He was considering whether or not to lessen Ling's pain. Although he could not awaken the bloodline power in Ling's body, he could ease her pain. After thinking for a while, Qingyun decided not to say it for the time being. Chapter 34. Have you guys heard? Hai has come out of Huifeng Valley, and he has broken through to Body Tempering Realm Stage 6. A month ago, he was only at Body Tempering Realm Stage 5. Now, he has broken through to Body Tempering Realm Stage 5 in a month. Hai is so amazing. Hai had a fortuitous encounter. Not only did he break through, but his martial skills have also improved tremendously. On the way to the training field, Qingyun and the rest overheard the conversations of the younger generation. Brat, Hai has been in the limelight recently. You have to be careful when you meet him. Xian reminded Qingyun when she heard the crowd's words. Zhao's expression changed when she heard Xian's words. She looked at Qingyun playfully. She knew Qingyun's true strength very well. Hai, who was at Body Tempering Realm Stage 6, was no match for him. However, Zhao did not say anything. She only winked at Qingyun. Qingyun smiled helplessly when he saw Zhao's reaction. He then turned to Xian and said, Sister Xian, don't worry. I'm confident that I could defeat Hai. Oh, is that so? Looks like you're very confident. Xian and Ling's eyes lit up when they heard Qingyun's words. They exclaimed in surprise. Just when Qingyun was about to speak, a few annoying figures walked towards them. These figures were none other than Hai and a few of his lackeys. Qingyun, you sure talk big. Are you confident that you can defeat me? Are you kidding me? Hai said disdainfully when he arrived in front of Qingyun. Clearly, he had heard what Qingyun said just now. Xian's face darkened when she saw Hai's arrogant attitude. She rolled up her sleeves and said, Hai, I think you're looking for a beating. Seeing Xian's stance, Hai's expression immediately twitched. With a face full of terror, he said, Xian, you don't go overboard. My big brother is nearby. In the past, because Hai had bullied Qingyun, he had been beaten up by Xian many times. Xian had already cast a shadow in his heart. He knew very well that under Xian's gentle and quiet appearance, there was a fierce and tough personality hidden within. Xian, what's the point of bullying my little brother? If you have the ability, then spar with me during the year-end competition. Just as Hai was panicking, an indifferent voice rang out from behind him. The person who said this was naturally Hai's elder brother, Tsang. Seeing Tsang arrive, Hai immediately revealed a look of pleasant surprise and said with a smile, Big brother, you're here. Tsang's appearance boosted Hai's confidence. He looked at Xian and said with a smile, Xian, I'll tell you the truth. My brother's cultivation has already broken through to the 10th layer body tempering realm. You'll be defeated by him at the family competition at the end of the year. 10th layer body tempering realm. Tsang's cultivation had actually broken through to the 10th layer body tempering realm. Hearing Hai's words, the surrounding people's expressions changed. They looked at Tsang with reverence in their eyes. So your cultivation has broken through to the 10th layer body tempering realm. No wonder you're so arrogant, Tsang. Xian's heart was also shocked by Tsang's breakthrough. She looked at Tsang with more caution. Tsang's martial soul was stronger than hers. If they fought at the same level, she would still be at a disadvantage. Therefore, it would be extremely difficult for her to defeat Mo Tsang at the year-end competition. I'm not arrogant, but I can still teach a few arrogant people a lesson. Mo Tsang's face was cold. After replying to Mo Xn, he looked at Mo Qingyun and said with a smile, "The monthly test is about to begin. I'd like to see how you're going to cripple my little brother later." Mo Tsang's words were undoubtedly full of confidence in Mo Hai's strength. However, it wasn't surprising that Mo Tsang thought this way. After all, Mo Qingyun's cultivation was only at the 4th layer body tempering realm in the previous monthly test. Furthermore, the reason why he was able to break through to the 6th layer body tempering realm was because he had a fortuitous encounter in the past month. Mo Tsang didn't believe that Mo Qingyun would have such a fortuitous encounter. Therefore, in Mo Tsang's opinion, even if Mo Qingyun's cultivation had improved in the past month, it wouldn't be too big. He wouldn't be able to pose a threat to Mo Hai. Since you want to see Mo Hai crippled, I'll fulfill your wish later. Mo Qingyun's lips curled into a mischievous smile in response to Mo Tsang's words. "Oomph, you have quite a big mouth, but it's useless to argue." Mo Tsang didn't take Mo Qingyun's words to heart. Of course, he didn't believe that Mo Qingyun, who was at the 6th layer body tempering realm, wouldn't be a match for Mo Qingyun. "Brother Mo Tsang, I think this kid is just being shameless. He won't say that when brother Mo Hai beats him up later. I think that this kid isn't even at the 5th layer body tempering realm. If that's the case, he won't have to participate in the elite junior monthly test. That means that he won't have to face brother Hai in the monthly test and won't be beaten up by him. He must be thinking that way. I was wondering why he was so pretentious. So he's not even at the 5th layer body tempering realm." At this moment, one of Mo Hai's lackeys was fawning over Mo Tsang. Hearing his lackey's words, Mo Hai looked at Mo Qingyun with disdain. He sneered, "Mo Qingyun, so you're not even at the 5th layer body tempering realm. Looks like I've overestimated you. You're not fit to be my opponent. Not even at the 5th layer body tempering realm?" After hearing Mo Hai's words, Mo Qingyun and Mo Xiao revealed a mischievous smile. They really admired Mo Hai's group for having such thoughts. It must have been hard on them. However, Mo Qingyun didn't point it out. He only looked at Mo Hai with a faint smile and said, "You're right. You're indeed not fit to be my opponent. Big sister Mo Xian Qingyun, let's not argue with them. Let's go to the martial arts practice field first." Mo Ling looked at Mo Hai and the others in annoyance as he tried to persuade Mo Qingyun when he saw Mo Qingyun and the others arguing with each other. Okay, hearing Mo Ling's words, Mo Qingyun didn't want to waste time with Mo Hai and the rest. He stood up and walked towards the martial arts practice field. Not long after, Mo Qingyun and the rest arrived at the martial arts practice field. After arriving at the martial arts practice field, Mo Qingyun quickly saw Mo Faping and Mo Yueru at the judging panel. Seeing this, Mo Qingyun and the rest walked over and greeted, "Eldest uncle, second aunt. We haven't seen each other for a few months, and Qingyun has already grown so tall. Do these clothes fit you well?" Seeing Mo Qingyun's arrival, Mo Yueru looked at Mo Qingyun with a doting expression and smiled. Then, Mo Yueru saw Mo Xiao beside Mo Qingyun, and her face was also filled with love. She said, "This must be Xiao Xiao. The little girl has also grown up to be natural and unrestrained. Second aunt, you're making me feel a little embarrassed." Hearing Mo Yueru's words, Mo Xiao's pretty face instantly turned red. Like Mo Qingyun and the rest, she called Mo Yueru second aunt. "Ha!" Seeing Mo Xiao's reaction, Mo Qingyun and the rest laughed. Then Mo Faping saw Mo Ling beside Mo Qingyun and the rest, and said to Mo Xen, go get a stool for Ling to sit down." "Yes, father." Mo Xen nodded and went to get a stool for Mo Ling to sit down. After Mo Ling sat down, Mo Faping said to Mo Qingyun, "Qingyun, Xiao Xiao, in the elite junior monthly test later, don't be arrogant. If you can't beat them, just admit defeat. After all, this monthly test is just a formality." After hearing Mo Faping's words, Mo Qingyun and Mo Xiao smiled bitterly, not knowing what to say. Of course, Mo Qingyun and Mo Xiao smiled bitterly for different reasons. Mo Qingyun smiled bitterly because Mo Faping had no confidence in him at all. Mo Xiao smiled bitterly because Mo Faping didn't know Mo Qingyun's true strength. While Mo Qingyun and Mo Xiao were smiling bitterly, Mo Faping said, "Especially you, Qingyun. I heard that you have a grudge with Mo Hai. Rumor has it that he has broken through to body tempering stage 6. When you meet him later, just admit defeat. Don't let your emotions affect your decisions. Do you understand?" When he heard Mo Faping's words, the bitter smile on Mo Qingyun's face deepened. "Uncle, you don't have much confidence in me," he said gloomily. "That's right, big brother. The test hasn't even started yet. How can you destroy Qingyun's fighting spirit?" After hearing Mo Qingyun's words, Mo Yueru rolled her eyes at Mo Faping. Then she said to Mo Qingyun, "However, your uncle is right. When you fight later, don't be reckless. If you meet someone who is at body tempering stage 6, just admit defeat to avoid getting injured." When they heard Mo, black lines appeared on the foreheads of Mo Qingyun and the others, and they were speechless to the extreme. Chapter 35. Eldest Uncle. Why don't I see fourth uncle? Mo Qingyun asked Mo Faping when he noticed that Mo Feilin was nowhere to be seen. Fourth uncle said that he had some matters to attend to in the Greenwood trading firm, so he returned to Lianyun City a few days ago. Mo Faping chuckled. Hearing Mo Faping's reply, Mo Qingyun revealed a playful smile. He thought to himself, fourth uncle's return to Lianyun City probably isn't just because of the Greenwood trading firm. In Mo Qingyun's opinion, Wu Rou was the reason why Mo Feilin was in such a hurry to return. Of course, Mo Qingyun would not say this out loud. After that, Mo Qingyun, Mo Faping, and the rest chatted for a while. Then, it was time to draw lots to determine their opponents. Now, let's draw lots to determine your opponents. At this moment, an elder walked out from the judging panel and announced in a deep voice. After hearing the elder's words, Mo Qingyun and the rest walked up to draw lots to determine their opponents. Number 1. Looking at the number that he had drawn, Mo Qingyun was slightly stunned. He was a little surprised. He did not expect that he would draw number 1 and be the first to fight. Then, Mo Qingyun did not hesitate and walked towards the number 1 battle arena. However, what surprised Mo Qingyun was that his opponent was Mo Hai. Enemies were bound to meet on a narrow road. Oh no, Qingyun's opponent is Mo Hai. Seeing that Mo Qingyun's opponent was Mo Hai, Mo Faping and the rest at the judging panel were worried. The scene that they were most worried about had happened. In their opinion, with Mo Hai's current cultivation of body tempering stage 6, Mo Qingyun was definitely not his opponent. Mo Qingyun and Mo Hai had a grudge against each other. When they fought later, Mo Hai would definitely not go easy on Mo Qingyun. At this thought, an anxious expression surfaced on Mo Faping's face as he shouted towards Mo Qingyun. "Qingyun, Mo Hai is now at tempered body 6th layer. He is not someone you can match up against. Just admit defeat and don't fight with him." Upon hearing Mo Qingyun's words, Mo Hai immediately revealed a pleased expression. He looked at Mo Qingyun and sneered. "Mo Qingyun, it seems that no one believes that you can defeat me. Just because no one believes it doesn't mean that I can't defeat you." Mo Qingyun responded calmly to Mo Hai's smugness. At the same time, Mo Qingyun also smiled faintly at Mo Faping and the others, telling them not to worry. However, when Mo Faping and the rest saw Mo Qingyun's expression, they became even more worried. "Qingyun is too stubborn. I clearly told him not to fight with Mo Hai. Why didn't he listen?" Mo Hai said anxiously and worriedly. Upon hearing Mo Faping's words, Mo Yueru and the rest became even more worried. Compared to the hearts of Mo Faping and the others, The surrounding people all revealed looks of curiosity. During the monthly examination last month, Mo Hai was beaten up like a dead dog by Mo Qingyun. His limbs were all broken. Now that a month had passed, Mo Hai had a fortuitous encounter, and his cultivation had greatly improved. Would he be able to avenge himself this time? With this thought in mind, the surrounding people were all filled with anticipation, waiting for the battle between Mo Qingyun and Mo Hai in the number 1 arena. I really don't know where your confidence comes from. Looking at the confident Mo Qingyun, Mo Hai smiled nonchalantly. He sneered and said, "However, this is also good. I was really worried that you would directly admit defeat later, giving me no chance to make a move. I wouldn't be able to cripple your arms and legs and make you a cripple forever. Now, I'll show you my true strength." After Mo Hai finished speaking, his face darkened. He clenched his fists tightly and released the aura of a body tempering stage 6. If one looked closely, they would be able to see that there was a trace of internal force circulating around Mo Hai's fists. That's internal force. Mo Hai actually managed to condense a trace of internal force. Mo Qingyun is doomed. With his current strength, he already has the qualifications to compete for the top 10 spots in a monthly examination. Some of the people who realized that Mo Qingyun had condensed internal force started to worry for Mo Qingyun. Oh no, Mo Hai has already condensed internal force. Seeing that Mo Hai had condensed internal force, Mo Faping immediately stood up and prepared to head to the arena to stop the battle between Mo Qingyun and Mo Hai. However, just as Mo Faping was about to move, a middle-aged man beside Mo Tsong sneered. "Cousin Faping, the elders are not allowed to interfere in the monthly examination." Then, Mo Faping's path was blocked by the man who spoke. Seeing that his path was blocked, Mo Faping's face darkened. He angrily said, "Mo Zhirong, don't go overboard. Don't involve the younger generation in the conflict between us elders." "Am I going overboard? I'm just upholding the family rules," Mo Zhirong casually replied to Mo Faping's words. He then sneered, "Mo Faping, let me remind you again. Ignoring the family rules will result in punishment. Even if you're the family head son, you will not be spared." Hearing Mo Zhirong's words, Mo Faping was furious. He didn't know how to refute Mo Zhirong. "Big brother, forget it. There's no point in arguing with him." Seeing Mo Faping's expression, Mo Yuer tugged at Mo Faping's clothes and consoled him. Mo Faping sat down and glared angrily at Mo Zhirong. He calmed down a little. He knew that Mo Zhirong and the other elders had been looking for something to use against them. He couldn't let them succeed. Immediately, Mo Faping stopped confronting Mo Zhirong and turned his head to look at the arena. "Mo Qingyun, now you know how big the gap between us is." At this moment, under the watchful eyes of the crowd, Mo Hai finally made his move. Mountain-shattering palm, Mo Hai struck out with his palm. The energy in his palm surged and emitted a shocking aura. Under his palm, the air seemed to be on the verge of exploding. It emitted a low sound like a landslide. Mo Hai's palm is so powerful, his mountain-shattering palm seems to have reached the level of greater mastery. Seeing the power of Mo Hai's attack, the crowd's expression changed, and they all exclaimed in shock. However, while everyone was shocked by Mo Hai's strength, Mo Qingyun said disdainfully, "Is this your true strength?" Although Mo Hai's current strength wasn't weak, in Mo Qingyun's eyes, it was still not enough. His current physical strength was already comparable to a martial artist at body tempering stage 8. With the power of Mo Hai's palm, even if he stood there and let Mo Hai hit him, he would still be fine. Too weak. Mo Qingyun shook his head with a disappointed expression on his face. "Shameless boasting. Watch me beat you up like a dead dog." Hearing Mo Qingyun's words, Mo Hai's face darkened and he gritted his teeth. Then, Mo Hai directly hit Mo Qingyun's chest with his palm. Seeing that he had hit Mo Qingyun with his palm, Mo Hai immediately revealed a proud expression and said, "Mo Qingyun, didn't you shamelessly boast that I was too weak? How come now? You can't even see my attack clearly and got hit by directly. Can't even see your attack clearly? Looking at the proud Mo Hai, Mo Qingyun smiled disdainfully and said, "Did you not eat? Is that all you have? Didn't eat? Is that all you have?" As soon as Mo Qingyun said this, the surrounding people were immediately stunned. At this moment, they realized that Mo Qingyun was completely fine after taking Mo Hai's palm. Since when had Mo Qingyun become so powerful after taking Mo Hai's palm strike head-on? At this moment, everyone felt that their brains were not enough to process this. Chapter 36. Qingyun, he took Mo Hai's attack head-on. Mo Faping and the rest were stunned as they watched Mo Qingyun take Mo Hai's attack head-on and emerge unscathed. The difference between this result and the result they had imagined was simply too great. If they had not seen it with their own eyes, they would never have believed that Mo Qingyun could be so strong. After a short moment of shock, Mo Faping was overjoyed as he laughed. "This brat, why didn't he tell us earlier that he had such strength? I was so worried. It's really surprising. I didn't expect Qingyun to have grown to such a level. If third brother saw this, he would be very happy." Mo Yueru's face was filled with gratification as tears welled up in her eyes. How did this guy improve so quickly? Mo Xian looked at Mo Qingyun as if she had seen a monster. She could not calm down for a long time. She clearly remembered that Mo Qingyun had just broken through to body-tempering realm stage for a month ago. In a month's time, he had broken through 2 stages. This cultivation speed was too frightening. It's only been a few months, and Qingyun has already become so powerful. Mo Ling was also shocked as she covered her mouth with her jade-like hands. Her eyes were filled with shock. She could not believe that Mo Qingyun had become so powerful in just a few months. Phew! Qingyun has become so much more powerful than 10 days ago. Mo Xiao took a deep breath as she patted her full chest, trying to calm herself down. This brat has grown so quickly. It seems that it will be difficult for second brother to defeat him. Mo Tsang's face darkened as he saw Mo Qingyun's sudden display of strength. While Mo Xian and the rest were shocked, the people around them were also shocked. Damn, am I seeing things? Mo Qingyun took Mo Hai's attack head-on and is unscathed. This guy is too abnormal. How'd he do it? Even a body-tempering realm stage 7 wouldn't be able to do it. F***CK, why did you bite me? I want to see if I'm dreaming. It seems like I'm not dreaming. Mo Qingyun is actually so strong. The surrounding juniors were all shocked as they cried out in surprise. In the number 1 arena, Mo Hai was also very surprised that Mo Qingyun could take his palm head-on. However, he did not believe that Mo Qingyun would be unscathed. Soon after, a sneer surfaced on Mo Hai's face as he said, "Mo Qingyun, I am very surprised that you were able to take my palm head-on. However, I believe that you must be having a hard time right now. With the destructive power of my palm, even a tempered body 7th layer practitioner would not be completely fine after taking it head-on. Not good." Mo Qingyun looked at Mo Hai sympathetically. This guy was really full of himself. However, Mo Qingyun didn't want to waste time talking nonsense with him. He replied directly, "They can't do it, but that doesn't mean I can't. You've already done it, so it's my turn now." 9 heavy crash. As soon as he finished speaking, Mo Qingyun did not hesitate any longer as he raised his hand and punched towards Mo Hai. With one punch, the force on Mo Qingyun's fist was unrestrained. It was like a whirlpool of force, emitting a force that was even stronger than Mo Hai's. Inner force. You've also condensed inner force. Seeing the violent flow of inner force on Mo Qingyun's fist, Mo Hai's face instantly changed as a trace of panic flashed across his eyes. Mo Qingyun had also condensed inner force, and it was even stronger and more violent than Mo Hai's. Mo Hai could not help but be shocked by this discovery. Inner force. Good kid, you've actually condensed inner force. What a surprise. Seeing that Mo Qingyun had condensed inner force, Mo, Faping, immediately slapped the chair and stood up excitedly. As for Mo, Yuru, and the rest, their faces were also filled with excitement as they clenched their fists in joy. In this battle, Mo Qingyun had brought them too many surprises. While Mo Faping and the rest were pleasantly surprised, Mo Zhurong and Mo Tsang's faces turned ugly. Inner force, I didn't expect this kid to have also condensed inner force. Seeing the power of Mo Qingyun's punch, Mo Zhurong's face darkened as he said in alarm. If this is the case, Mo Hai is in danger. We can't let them continue fighting. With this thought, Mo Zhurong stood up, wanting to stop Mo Qingyun from attacking. But just as he stood up, Mo Faping stood in front of him, blocking his next move. Mo Faping, you. Seeing Mo Faping's actions, Mo Zhurong's face immediately darkened as he gritted his teeth. Cousin Zhurong, didn't you just say that the clan's rules clearly state that the elders are not allowed to interfere in the monthly test? Seeing Mo Zhurong's angry expression, Mo Faping said with a faint smile. When he said this, Mo Faping felt extremely satisfied. They didn't expect retribution to come so quickly. Not long ago, Mo Zhurong had treated him like this. Now, he was returning the favor. This was too satisfying. Hearing Mo Faping's words, Mo Zhurong's face instantly turned ugly. He didn't know how to refute Mo Faping. In the monthly test, the elders couldn't interfere. This was indeed what he had just said. But he didn't expect that after he said this, he would shoot himself in the foot. In the #1 arena, bang, 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 bang. Under Mo Qingyun's punch, Mo Hai was directly sent flying. Waves of inner force hit his body. Under the violent force, Mo Hai's body was directly smashed into the shape of a prawn. Pooh! Under Mo Qingyun's attack, Mo Hai, who fell to the ground, immediately spat out a mouthful of blood and his face turned pale. Mo Hai, quickly admit defeat. After realizing this, Mo Zhurong couldn't sit still any longer and hurriedly reminded Mo Hai. But just as Mo Zhurong was about to speak, Mo Qingyun attacked Mo Hai again. He lifted his foot and stepped on Mo Hai's mouth. Mo Hai's mouth was stomped on by Mo Qingyun's foot, so he swallowed back his words of wanting to admit defeat. Seeing Mo Qingyun's action, Mo Zhurong and Mo Tsang's expressions changed. They clenched their fists and pointed at Mo Qingyun. Gnashing their teeth, they said, "Brat, don't go too far." Go too far? Hearing the two's words, Mo Qingyun's mouth twitched. He didn't care and said, Mo Tsang, don't forget that I said that in this monthly test, I will definitely cripple Mo Hai. After saying this, Mo Qingyun lifted his foot again and stepped on Mo Hai's hands and feet. Crack, crack, under Mo Qingyun's foot, the crisp sound of bones cracking could be heard. At the same time, Mo Hai's hands and feet were also crippled. Mo Qingyun, how ruthless! Seeing Mo Qingyun's action, the surrounding juniors' expressions changed. They looked at Mo Qingyun with reverence. Mo Qingyun, you're courting death. Seeing that Mo Qingyun had crippled Mo Hai, Mo Tsang was instantly enraged. He directly attacked Mo Qingyun. Seeing Mo Tsang attack, Mo Xine moved and blocked his path. She smiled playfully and said, Mo Tsang, if you want to fight, I'll play with you. Previously, when she wanted to attack Mo Hai, Mo Tsang had treated her like this. She just didn't expect that their positions would be switched so quickly. As the saying goes, every dog has its day. Seeing that his path was blocked by Mo Xine, Mo Tsang was so angry that his whole body trembled. He looked at Mo Qingyun with a ferocious expression and said, Mo Qingyun, today's debt, I will make you pay double at the year-end competition. You want to have that chance? In response to Mo Tsang's threat, Mo Qingyun's face was calm as he replied indifferently. You mean you have the right to fight me at the year-end competition? Mo Tsang said with disdain. Chapter 37. Wow, that's Mo Yinfeng. He actually took Mo Dongyang's attack and was fine. Mo Yunfeng is really strong. Of course he's strong. Mo Yunfeng was the champion of the last monthly test. However, it's surprising that he could take Mo Dongyang's attack head-on. Mo Dongyang was in the top 10 in the last monthly test. I didn't expect the gap between him and Mo Yunfeng to be so huge. If that's the case, I'm really curious. Between Mo Qingyun and Mo Yunfeng, who's stronger? It should be Mo Yunfeng. After all, he was the champion of the last monthly test. Moreover, his cultivation has reached the peak of the 6-stage body tempering realm. You've all overlooked the most important point. Mo Yunfeng's martial soul is a top-class 8 fire scale dragon. Just as Mo Qingyun was walking towards Mo Faping and the rest, a commotion broke out in the third arena. When he heard this commotion, Mo Qingyun couldn't help but look over at battle arena number 3. In the third arena, the cold and arrogant youth, Mo Yunfeng, was stepping on his opponent with an overbearing aura. Mo Yunfeng's actions were almost identical to Mo Qingyun's. It seemed like he was competing with Mo Qingyun. When Mo Qingyun looked at Mo Yunfeng looked back at Mo Qingyun. When their eyes met, Mo Yunfeng raised his thumb and turned it 180 degrees, showing his disdain for Mo Qingyun. Seeing Mo Yunfeng's action, Mo Qingyun raised his hand and made a throat-slitting gesture. Seeing Mo Qingyun's action, Mo Yunfeng's face darkened. He said coldly, Mo Qingyun, don't think that you're amazing just because you use some trump cards to take Mo Hai's attack head-on. Among the younger generation, you're only at the bottom. The one at the bottom? Mo Qingyun smiled faintly and replied nonchalantly, let me tell you something. Actually, in my eyes, Mo Yunfeng isn't even considered to be at the bottom. Did I hear wrongly? Mo Qingyun actually said that Mo Yunfeng can't even be considered as the weakest in front of him. Mo Qingyun is too arrogant. But if that's the case, I'm even more curious about the fight between Mo Qingyun and Mo Yunfeng. However, I feel that Mo Qingyun is being a little impulsive. Mo Yunfeng is not someone Mo Hai can compare to. That's right. Mo Hai's strength only came from a fortuitous encounter. Mo Yunfeng is the real deal. What do you know? Mo Qingyun doesn't even care about Mo Tsang. Do you think he'll go after Mo Yunfeng? Hearing Mo Qingyun's conversation, the surrounding juniors immediately went into an uproar, all of them extremely surprised. They didn't expect that Mo Qingyun would actually speak to Mo Yunfeng like this. Oof. There's no point in competing with words. Mo Yunfeng snorted coldly. He raised his head and said arrogantly, if I meet you in the fight later, I'll let you know who's the weakest. You too. Mo Qingyun replied indifferently. Then, he walked towards Mo Faping and the rest. After a while, Mo Qingyun arrived in front of Mo Faping and the rest. Good boy. You actually broke through body tempering stage 6 and even managed to gather inner strength. How many secrets are you hiding? Seeing Mo Qingyun approaching, Mo Faping laughed loudly and patted Mo Qingyun's shoulder. Hearing Mo Faping's words, Mo Qingyun scratched his head awkwardly and laughed awkwardly. Seeing Mo Qingyun's expression, Mo Yuru smiled gently and said, although you're not weak now, Mo Yunfeng isn't as strong as Mo Hai. If you meet him later, you have to be careful. Okay, I'll be careful. Mo Qingyun nodded but didn't say anything else. Qingyun, beat that Mo Yunfeng into a pig head later. While Mo Qingyun and the rest were chatting, Mo Xiao walked over and winked at Mo Qingyun. She clenched her little fist and said, since Mo Xiao's strength wasn't as strong as Mo Qingyun's, the fight took a little longer and ended only now. Fortunately, she won by a fluke. Xiao, you seem to have a lot of confidence in Qingyun. Hearing Mo Xiao's words, Mo Xian's eyes lit up and she teased Mo Xiao. I saw that all of you don't have high hopes for Qingyun, so I'm cheering for him. Mo Xiao blushed and said embarrassedly, After hearing Mo Xiao's words, everyone was stunned. Then they laughed and said, Xiao is right. The battle hasn't even started yet. and were already discouraging Qing Yun. It's not good to do that. It's wrong to lose momentum before the battle. Qing Yun, do well and try to get into the top 10 of this month's monthly test. That's right. I heard that the monthly test reward for the elite juniors is double that of the ordinary juniors. Qing Yun, I saw a good hairpin in town. I'm counting on your reward to buy it. Hee hee. I also saw a scarf. Qing Yun, I'm counting on you for my scarf. Then, Mo Feipeng and the rest started to encourage Mo Qing Yun. Seeing everyone's reaction, Mo Qing Yun smiled faintly and nodded. Hearing Mo Xin and the other two girls' words, Mo Qing Yun was speechless. Does this girl want to be a coolie? After that, Mo Qing Yun chatted with Mo Feipeng and the rest for a while. Then, they went to draw lots to decide their opponent for the second round. This time, Mo Qing Yun's opponent was someone called Mo Mingwei. His strength was only at the peak of body tempering stage 5, far below Mo High. When Mo Mingwei saw that his opponent was Mo Qing Yun, his face turned pale and he immediately admitted defeat. It seemed that the scene of Mo High being beaten up by Mo Qing Yun had traumatized him. With Mo Mingwei's admission of defeat, Mo Qing Yun naturally advanced to the next round. In the following matches, Mo Qing Yun had an easier time. His opponents weren't very strong. When these people saw that their opponent was Mo Qing Yun, they were like Mo Mingwei, directly admitting defeat as soon as the battle began. Just like that, Mo Qing Yun easily advanced to the top 10. Compared to Mo Qing Yun's ease, Mo Xiao wasn't as lucky. When he advanced to the top 10, he met Mo Fengxian, who ranked third in the last monthly test, and was defeated by Mo Fengxian. However, to Mo Xiao, being able to enter the top 20 was still a good thing. After the matches for the top 10 ended, the top 10 candidates were decided. They were Mo Qing Yun, Mo Yinfeng, Mo Fengxian, Mo Ziyu, Mo Ruxin, and a few others. Rest for an hour. We'll start the top 10 ranking matches later. At the judges' table, an elder walked out and said to Mo Qing Yun and the rest. However, what surprised everyone was that after hearing the elder's words, Mo Yunfeng suddenly opened his mouth and said, "Uncle, there's no need to go through so much trouble. Let me challenge all of them. Their ranking will be based on how long they last in my hands." After hearing Mo Yunfeng's words, everyone's expression changed as they looked at Mo Yunfeng in shock. Mo Yunfeng wanted to challenge all 9 of them in a row. Mo Yunfeng was too arrogant. One had to know that the longer a challenge went on, the harder it would be. This, after hearing Mo Yunfeng's words, the elder hesitated for a moment before turning to Mo Qing Yun and the rest. He asked, "What do you think? Uncle, let's do as Mo Yunfeng says. I want to see how strong you are. I don't have any objections. However, I don't know what will happen if I defeat him due to his lack of stamina." I think so too. I don't want someone to use this as an excuse to cheat. After hearing this, Mo Ziyu and the rest spoke one after another. Mo Yunfeng seemed to have expected Mo Ziyu and the rest to say this. After hearing this, he said calmly, "You don't have to worry about this. If any of you can defeat me, I'll be ranked 10th in this monthly test." When Mo Yunfeng said this, his face was filled with confidence. "In that case, we have no objections." Then, Mo Ziyang and the rest nodded in agreement. In their opinion, if they could move up a spot in the rankings, they wouldn't have any objections. Seeing that Mo Ziyang and the rest didn't have any objections, the elder also nodded in tacit agreement. Seeing that everyone agreed to his suggestion, Mo Yunfeng immediately sneered. He looked at Mo Qing Yun and said, "Mo Qing Yun, you'll be the first. Now, I'll let you know that among all of us, you're the one at the bottom. Me?" Chapter 38. Mo Qing Yun, you won't be able to survive even one move from me. In the arena, Mo Yunfeng's face was full of arrogance, as if he had already won. As soon as Mo Yunfeng finished speaking, he summoned his martial soul. Suddenly, a powerful aura was emitted from the top of his head. It was a huge snake shadow that was more than 3 meters long and covered in crimson scales. Grade 8 Martial Soul, Fiery Scale Dragon Martial Soul. After Mo Yunfeng summoned the Fiery Scale Dragon Martial Soul, a shocking amount of soul power was emitted from it and enhanced Mo Yunfeng's body. With the enhancement of the soul power, Mo Yunfeng's strength instantly soared to the level of a body tempering stage 7. With the enhancement of the soul power of his martial soul, Mo Yunfeng's current strength is probably comparable to a body tempering stage 7. It seems like Mo Qingyun will lose for sure. I wonder how many moves Mo Qingyun can take against Mo Yunfeng. In my opinion, 3 moves at most. Looking at the imposing Mo Yunfeng in the arena, the expressions of the surrounding juniors changed. Grade 8 Martial Soul, Fiery Scale Dragon Martial Soul. Looking at the red shadow above Mo Yunfeng's head, Mo Qingyun's expression changed slightly. He thought to himself, Mo Yunfeng's current strength should be comparable to Song Chen's without his martial soul. His strength was comparable to a body-tempering stage 7 cultivator. Among the Mo clan's juniors, he was indeed at the peak. But to the current Mo Qingyun, he was still unable to pose much of a threat. After absorbing the Earth Core Flame Crystal, Mo Qingyun's current physical strength and strength were comparable to a body-tempering stage 8 cultivator. Now, even if he did not summon his martial soul, he could easily defeat Song Chen. Mo Qingyun, I'll take care of you in 1 move. Mo Yunfeng said coldly. Crimson Scale Dragon Palm. Mo Yunfeng swung his palm. His entire body turned into a red afterimage as he attacked Mo Yunfeng with extreme speed. Under Mo Yunfeng's palm, the temperature of the surrounding air suddenly rose by a lot. It was as if Mo Yunfeng's palm was going to burn the surrounding air. Mo Yunfeng was so strong. When Mo Ziyu and the others saw this, their expressions changed and they revealed looks of reverence. Mo Yunfeng's current strength wasn't any weaker than some of the Mo family's key nurturing targets. Everyone watched as Mo Yunfeng's attack arrived in front of Mo Qingyun at an extremely fast speed. Seeing that Mo Qingyun couldn't even resist his attack, Mo Yunfeng smiled proudly. However, as soon as his smile appeared, it froze. He realized that just as his palm was about to hit Mo Qingyun, it was blocked by a powerful palm. Mo Yunfeng's expression changed when he saw Mo Qingyun easily withstanding his full-powered attack. However, before Mo Yunfeng could say anything, he felt a punch land on his chest. 9 heavy, crash-a violent force surged from Mo Qingyun's fist into Mo Yunfeng's body. Bang, 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 bang. When the force entered Mo Yunfeng's body, it was like an iron hammer bombarding his body again and again. Mo Yunfeng let out a blood-curdling scream as his body was sent flying. He fell to the ground and coughed up blood. After seeing this scene, the surrounding people were immediately stunned. Not only the elders, but the juniors were also stunned. It was as if someone had used the body immobilization technique on them. In an instant, the martial arts practice field became silent. Everyone could hear the sound of breathing. Mo Yunfeng lost. Mo Yunfeng, who had summoned his grade 8 martial soul, the Fire Scale Dragon, and whose strength was comparable to a body-tempering stage 7 martial soul, lost. And it was only 1 move. This scene was too unexpected and too sudden for everyone. Gulp! After a while, someone swallowed his saliva and exclaimed, 1 move. Mo Qingyun lost in just 1 move. Mo Qingyun is so strong. Is this the true strength of that brat? Mo Faping's eyes widened as he looked at the skinny figure in the arena. He defeated Mo Yunfeng, whose strength is comparable to a body-tempering stage 7 martial soul, in 1 move. Looks like I underestimated Qingyun again. Mo Yuuru was pleasantly surprised as she looked at Mo Qingyun in the arena with a gentle gaze. This guy is already so strong? Mo Xn and Mo Ling frowned, unable to hide the shock in their eyes. He seems to be more powerful than I imagined. Mo Xiao smiled, her face filled with excitement. What a surprise. I didn't expect this guy to defeat Mo Yunfeng in one move. Some of the elders beside Mo Feipeng were shocked by this result. In just 2 months, this guy's already grown to such a level. Looking at Mo Qingyun, who is now a body-tempering stage, 7th-stage martial soul, Mo Tsang's face became unnatural. In the arena, while everyone was still in shock, Mo Qingyun looked at Mo Yunfeng with disdain and said, "Defeat me in one move." Puffed. Mo Yunfeng, whose blood and chi were already in turmoil, spat out another mouthful of blood when he heard this. Mo Qingyun's words made him feel humiliated and mocked. Before the fight, he swore that he would defeat Mo Qingyun in one move. But now, he was defeated by Mo Qingyun in one move. How ironic. "Uncle, can we announce the result now?" Ignoring Mo Yunfeng, Mo Qingyun looked at the judge and asked. After hearing Mo Qingyun's words, the elder hesitated for a while and said, "Mo Qingyun wins." Mo Yunfeng is ranked 10th in the monthly test. Mo Yunfeng was ranked 10th. With Mo Yunfeng's strength, if it wasn't for the previous agreement, he would have no problem getting 2nd place. But now he was ranked 10th. This result made everyone sigh in their hearts. This was unexpected, but with Mo Yunfeng's defeat, a new problem arose. Originally, everyone had discussed that they would be ranked according to the length of time they fought with Mo Yunfeng. But now, under Mo Qingyun's attack, Mo Yunfeng was beaten like a dead dog. He couldn't fight at all. In this case, the previous ranking method was obviously not suitable. "Uncle, you said that the monthly test ranking would be based on the length of time we can last against Mo Yunfeng. Now that Mo Yunfeng can't fight anymore, what should we do next?" Mo Ziyu suddenly spoke up from the side. Now, it seems that Mo Yunfeng's previous suggestion was not suitable. The next battle will be decided by drawing lots. The elder in charge of the judging said in a deep voice. Hearing the elder in charge of the judging said so, Mo Qingyun and the others had no objections. Then, Mo Qingyun and the others began to draw lots to decide their next opponents. Mo Ziyu and the others were weaker than Mo Qingyun. Naturally, they were not a match for Mo Qingyun. After a series of battles, Mo Qingyun was able to obtain 1st place in the Elite Juniors monthly test without any mishaps. Mo Qingyun winning 1st place in the monthly test was naturally out of everyone's expectations. Under everyone's complicated gazes, Mo Qingyun happily received the 20,000 gold coins reward for winning 1st place. After receiving the reward, Mo Qingyun did not stay any longer and left with Mo Feipeng and the others. Don't be happy too early. In the family competition, your strength is not enough. When Mo Qingyun passed by Mo Tsang, the latter's face darkened and coldly snorted. "Is that so?" Chapter 39. After arriving at an empty space, Mo Qingyun sat down cross-legged as if he was about to start cultivating. Seeing Mo Qingyun's actions, the surrounding people stopped in their tracks and looked at him curiously. What is Mo Qingyun doing? Is he planning to cultivate here? I don't think so. Even if he wants to cultivate, he shouldn't be here. Let's wait and see. We'll find out soon enough. The surrounding people chatted amongst themselves. What is Qingyun doing? At this moment, Mo Feipeng and the others were also curious, but they did not stop Mo Qingyun. They believed that Mo Qingyun had his own plans for doing so. "I like to see what tricks you have up your sleeves." Seeing Mo Qingyun's actions, Mo Tsang's expression changed slightly, and his eyes flashed coldly. Just like that, Mo Qingyun started cultivating under the curious gazes of the crowd. After a while, Mo Qingyun threw away all distracting thoughts and immersed himself in cultivation. As Mo Qingyun started cultivating, the crowd realized that Mo Qingyun's aura was gradually increasing. After this discovery, some of the elders quickly guessed Mo Qingyun's intentions. Mo Qingyun was trying to break through his cultivation. He wanted to break through his cultivation in front of everyone. After this discovery, the surrounding elders were shocked, and they looked at Mo Qingyun with a serious expression. Apart from that, they also looked at Mo Qingyun expectantly. Could Mo Qingyun successfully break through? This kid is too reckless. How can he break through in such an environment? After knowing Mo Qingyun's intentions, Mo Faping frowned and scolded him in his heart. However, he still quickly went to Mo Qingyun's side to protect Mo Qingyun and prevent others from disturbing Mo Qingyun. Seeing Mo Faping's actions, Mo Yuru and the rest also moved and quickly went to Mo Qingyun's side. How dare you break through in front of so many people? You really don't know what's good for you. I'd like to see if you can succeed. Mo Tsang's gaze turned cold as he thought to himself. However, he did not cause any trouble. After all, with so many people watching, he still had some concerns. Time slowly passed just like that. After about half an hour, Mo Qingyun's aura finally reached a peak. Body tempering stage 7. Mo Qingyun's cultivation had successfully broken through to the 7th stage body tempering realm. Sensing the change in Mo Qingyun's aura, the surrounding people's faces. Mo Qingyun had actually done it. In front of everyone, he successfully broke through to body tempering stage 7. He did it. Mo Qingyun did it. This is too surprising. His foundation must be very solid to be able to break through in such a manner. Otherwise, it would be impossible. I'm afraid no one in the Mo clan has broken through in such a manner. Everyone's expression was complicated as they sighed in their hearts. This brat is really worrisome. Seeing that Mo Qingyun successfully broke through, Mo Faping's face was filled with joy as he laughed heartily. How many surprises does this brat plan to bring me? In this month's test, he has already surprised me a few times. Mo Yuru's gaze was gentle as she looked at Mo Qingyun with a gratified expression. Brat, you only know how to show off. You don't care if others are worried. Mo Xin looked at Mo Qingyun with a displeased expression, but her face was also filled with smiles. Mo Ling and Mo Xiao also had the same expression. He actually succeeded. Compared to the joy of Mo Faping and the rest, Mo Tsang was in a bad mood. His expression was extremely ugly. At this moment, while Mo Tsang was fuming in his heart, Mo Qingyun opened his eyes. His gaze was filled with battle intent as he looked at Mo Tsang and said, Mo Tsang, do you still want to say that my cultivation is not good enough for the family competition? After hearing Mo Qingyun's words, Mo Tsang's expression changed slightly. Shortly after, his face was filled with disdain as he said, it's just a breakthrough to body tempering stage 7. What's there to be proud of? Is that so? Mo Qingyun squinted his eyes and revealed a playful smile as he said, don't forget that my cultivation was only at body tempering stage 4 in the last month's test. Now that I'm at body tempering stage 7, there's still a month before the family competition. Do you think that my cultivation will still be at body tempering stage 7? After Mo Qingyun's words, the surrounding people's expressions changed instantly. At this moment, they realized that they had overlooked a very important point. That was Mo Qingyun's cultivation in the last month's test. If that was the case, wouldn't Mo Qingyun's cultivation have broken through 3 levels in a month? Breaking through 3 levels in a month, what kind of cultivation speed is this? At this moment, everyone felt that their brains were not enough to process this. They had never heard of this kind of cultivation before. It was terrifying. Breaking through 3 levels in a month, is this guy's martial spirit really a grade 1 martial spirit? Even if it's a grade 10 martial spirit, it's impossible to have such a cultivation speed. How'd he do it? What an interesting guy. I'm getting more and more curious about him. Me too. I'm looking forward to his performance in the family competition at the end of the year. At this moment, everyone's gaze was focused on Mo Qingyun, making him the center of attention. After hearing Mo Qingyun's words, Mo Tsang's face turned extremely ugly. He coldly glared at Mo Qingyun and said, what a joke. The further you cultivate, the slower your cultivation speed. Do you think that you can maintain this cultivation speed? Joke? Mo Qingyun once again laughed carelessly and replied, aren't you a joke too? You've always been proud of your cultivation speed, right? In my opinion, you've only started cultivating a few years earlier than me. A few years earlier than me? Mo Qingyun's words once again made everyone's expression change as they pondered over the meaning of his words. Mo Qingyun was right. Mo Tsong was now 18 years old, while Mo Qingyun was only 16 years old. If Mo Qingyun and Mo Tsong were the same age, then it would be difficult to determine the difference in their cultivation. After thinking about this, Mo Qingyun's image in everyone's hearts instantly improved. My martial spirit is a grade 10 Nether Tiger martial spirit, while you only have a grade 1 Illumination martial spirit. What qualifications do you have to compare with me? Mo Tsong said with a face full of pride. Grade 10 Nether Tiger martial spirit? With this kind of cultivation speed, you still have the nerve to show it off? Mo Qingyun looked at Mo Tsong with disdain and sneered again. In my opinion, anyone in the family who has a martial spirit like yours will have a cultivation speed that far surpasses yours. In my opinion, you Mo Tsong do not have the Nether Tiger martial spirit. You're simply worthless. Worthless? Mo Tsong? Hearing Mo Qingyun's evaluation of Mo Tsong, everyone's expression changed again as they were shocked. However, thinking carefully about Mo Qingyun's words, they seemed to make some sense. Immediately after, the way everyone looked at Mo Tsong changed slightly. There was less respect and more disdain in their eyes. Seeing this, Mo Tsong's expression was extremely ugly. He stared at Mo Qingyun and said, "Humph, you have a sharp tongue. I'd like to see if you're as powerful as you say you are during the family competition. I hope you won't slap your own face when the time comes. I'll also tell you, when the time comes, wash your face clean and wait for me to slap you." In response to Mo Tsong's words, Mo Qingyun did not back down at all. "Humph." Mo Tsong snorted coldly and left immediately. Chapter 40. A few days later, at Mo Qingyun's residence. My cultivation has completely stabilized at body tempering stage 7. Mo Qingyun, who had been cultivating, opened his eyes and exited from his cultivation with a joyful look on his face. After returning from the martial arts practice field, Mo Qingyun went straight into cultivation to stabilize his cultivation. Why is my martial soul so agitated? Mo Qingyun's expression changed when he felt the fluctuation of soul power from his martial soul. He was puzzled. Mo Qingyun then summoned his Scarlet Dragon martial soul and the White Light Gate martial soul. The Scarlet Dragon martial soul and the White Light Gate martial soul emitted a strong fluctuation of soul power. After a while, Mo Qingyun realized that the Scarlet Dragon martial soul power was gathering rapidly. Under the rapid gathering of soul power, a mini dragon shadow gradually formed. As soon as the mini dragon shadow was formed, it entered Mo Qingyun's head and took root in his sea of consciousness. At this moment, information emerged from the mini dragon shadow and entered Mo Qingyun's mind. This is a martial soul superpower. After digesting the information in his mind, Mo Qingyun was pleasantly surprised. In the Tianhun continent, martial artists would awaken their martial soul and obtain the martial soul superpower when they reached the true Qi realm. Mo Qingyun did not expect his martial soul to awaken and obtain the martial soul superpower in advance when he was only at body tempering stage 7. Blood rage activates the blood qi in the body. The stronger the body and blood qi are, the stronger the strength obtained. This was the innate ability of Mo Qingyun's martial soul that he had obtained from the Scarlet Flame Heavenly Dragon. Blood rage so powerful. From a name, it could be seen that the martial soul superpower, blood rage, seemed to be a superpower with growth potential. It would increase as the martial artist's strength increased. After using it, it would increase the martial artist's strength. Blood Qi frenzy. Seeing this, Mo Qingyun no longer hesitated and displayed the martial soul superpower, blood rage. Soon, Mo Qingyun felt a hidden power being activated and added to his body. With the support of this potential, Mo Qingyun could clearly feel that his strength had skyrocketed in an instant. I should be able to fight a body tempering stage 9 now. Feeling the energy in his body, Mo Qingyun was confident. Even though he was unable to defeat a 9th stage body tempering realm cultivator, he should be able to remain undefeated. Yeah, the White Light Gate martial soul seems to have awakened and is forming the superpower seed. At this moment, White Light Gate martial soul, martial soul, martial soul. Mo Qingyun did not understand the origin of the White Light Gate martial soul. It gave Mo Qingyun a mysterious feeling. Mo Qingyun always had a feeling that the White Light Gate martial soul was not a grade 1 martial soul. It might even be more mysterious and powerful than the Scarlet Dragon martial soul. Thinking of this, Mo Qingyun was even more curious and expectant about the White Light Gate martial soul's natal superpower. After a while, the White Light Gate martial soul's soul power finally stopped fluctuating. At this moment, the White Light Gate martial soul's martial soul, which had been tightly shut, finally opened. A wisp of ancient aura escaped from within. This aura is so strong. Mo Qingyun was shocked. He found it hard to believe that the White Light Gate martial soul could release such a strong aura. Inside the White Light Gate martial soul, there's a mini Light Gate martial soul. Looking at the White Light Gate martial soul that had opened, Mo Qingyun's expression changed again. He was shocked. No, this is the martial soul's superpower seed of the White Light Gate martial soul. After a brief moment of doubt, Mo Qingyun's expression immediately changed. He revealed a look of surprise. While Mo Qingyun was pleasantly surprised, the White Light Gate martial soul's superpower seed also entered his celestial spirit and took root. Sealed Gate. The stronger the soul power of the caster, the more overbearing the sealing power. It can seal flesh and blood, seal the spiritual soul, and seal all things in the world. This martial soul's superpower is too terrifying. Mo Qingyun's face was full of shock. He could not believe that there was such a terrifying martial soul's superpower in the world. At this moment, Mo Qingyun was sure that the origin of the Light Gate martial soul was definitely more mysterious and powerful than the Scarlet Dragon martial soul. This was because only the stronger the martial soul, the more powerful the martial soul's superpower would be. How could a low-grade martial soul give birth to such a powerful martial soul's superpower? I just don't know how powerful this sealed gate martial soul's superpower is. With this thought, Mo Qingyun could not wait to see the power of the sealed gate martial soul. Immediately, Mo Qingyun did not hesitate and directly headed to Purple Bamboo Mountain. In Purple Bamboo Mountain, he could constantly find spiritual herbs and many demonic beasts. In Mo Qingyun's eyes, these demonic beasts were his best sparring partners. Because the Sealed Gate martial soul superpower was too powerful, Mo Qingyun did not want others to know. Therefore, it was best to find demonic beasts as sparring partners. Mo Qingyun was very clear that with the power of the Sealed Gate martial soul's superpower, once it was known by others, it would definitely be a terrible thing. This was equivalent to a crime of possessing a treasure. When one's ability was not enough, one would obtain a treasure that one could not protect. This was actually a kind of disaster in disguise. A few days later, in a dense forest in the depths of Purple Bamboo Mountain, Sealed Gate, seal for me. A skinny teenager around the age of 15 or 16 pointed his finger at a blue mysterious serpent. Following this, a glowing door was rapidly formed on top of his finger, which instantly entered the body of the blue mysterious serpent. As soon as the glowing door entered the body of the blue mysterious serpent, the blue mysterious serpent's cultivation rapidly weakened. From the initial early stage of the 10th layer body tempering realm, it dropped to the mid-stage of the 9th layer body tempering realm in the blink of an eye. Blood Chi rampage, the teenager let out a yell, and his aura instantly increased. From the early stage of the 7th-layer body-tempering realm to the peak of the 8th-layer body-tempering realm, close to the 9th-layer body-tempering realm. This teenager was Mo Qingyun, who had left the Mo clan to train at Purple Bamboo Mountain. 9-layer crash. After executing the two martial soul's superpowers, Mo Qingyun executed the martial skill 9-layer crash and struck at the blue mysterious serpent with his palm. With this strike, a powerful force was emitted from his palm and struck the body of the blue mysterious serpent. Bang, 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 bang. As the force entered the body of the blue mysterious serpent, a series of dull sounds could be heard as it struck the inside of the blue mysterious serpent's body. Crack. Under the impact of the violent force, the sound of bones cracking could be heard from the blue mysterious serpent's body. Following this, the aura of the blue mysterious serpent gradually weakened until it disappeared. One strike. The 9th-layer body-tempering realm blue mysterious serpent was dead. At this moment, if someone from the Mo clan was here, they would definitely be scared witless after witnessing this scene. Mo Qingyun had already grown to such a level. It seems like the effect of the sealed gate is weaker when it's facing a stronger opponent. After several days of testing, Mo Qingyun had a clear understanding of the sealed gate's power. The stronger the opponent, the less effective the sealed gate was. Against a 10th-layer body-tempering realm cultivator, it could only weaken the opponent's cultivation by half. Even so, it was still quite powerful. As for the true energy realm beasts, Mo Qingyun did not provoke them. He was not at the stage where he was tired of living. After battling with the beast for the past few days, Mo Qingyun had a rough understanding of his own strength. Without using any of his trump cards, his strength was comparable to an 8th-layer body-tempering realm cultivator. After using the 9-layer crash, he could fight anyone below the peak of the 8th-layer body-tempering realm. However, he was no match for a peak 8th-layer body-tempering realm cultivator. If he only used the blood rage and martial skill, he could fight against a 9th-layer body-tempering realm cultivator, but he was no match for a peak 9th-layer body-tempering realm cultivator. If he used all of his trump cards, he could barely fight against a mid-stage body-tempering realm cultivator, but it would be difficult for him to fight against a late-stage body-tempering realm cultivator. Once he encountered a peak 10th-layer body-tempering realm cultivator, Mo Qingyun could only choose wisely to run for his life. Not long ago, Mo Qingyun encountered a 10th-layer body-tempering realm red sun fire bull. Even after using all of his trump cards, he was still defeated. If the red sun fireball was not good at speed, Mo Qingyun would have died there. In addition, Mo Qingyun recently discovered another use of the sealed gate martial spirit. It could be used on oneself to conceal one's true cultivation level. After discovering this use, Mo Qingyun immediately came up with a plan. Chapter 41. Now that I've familiarized myself with the martial spirit superpowers, it's time to improve my cultivation. Mo Qingyun knew that cultivation was the foundation of a martial artist. Without a strong cultivation as a foundation, no matter how powerful the martial spirit superpowers and martial techniques were, they would not be able to unleash their full potential. With this in mind, Mo Qingyun prepared to return to the Mo family and cultivate in seclusion to improve his cultivation. The cave that I went to with Mo Xiao last time seems to be more suitable for seclusion. As Mo Qingyun was about to leave Purple Bamboo Mountain, his eyes suddenly lit up as he thought of a better place to cultivate in seclusion. The power of the underground lava can not only help in refining pills, but also allow the Scarlet Flame Dragon martial spirit to devour the power of fire to strengthen itself. With this in mind, Mo Qingyun did not hesitate and immediately went to the cave. About half an hour later, Mo Qingyun arrived at the cave. Due to the improvement of his cultivation, Mo Qingyun felt less pressured by the heat waves in the cave. After entering the cave, Mo Qingyun went straight to the innermost part of the cave. At the bottom of the cave, Mo Qingyun took out the Scarlet Flame Cauldron and the herbs and spiritual herb for refining pills and started refining pills. Half a day later, a fragrance of pills came out from the cauldron. The pills were formed. Red pills quietly appeared in the pill cauldron. Beginner grade 3. 9 transforming strength pills. Looking at the grade of the pills in the pill cauldron, Mo Qingyun revealed a trace of joy. He said, "The power of fire from this underground lava can be used to help refine pills. Indeed, it can raise the quality of pills. With these 9 beginner grade 3 transforming strength pills, my cultivation should be able to reach body tempering realm LV8. Mo Qingyun put away the pills in the cauldron and looked forward to it. Then, Mo Qingyun did not hesitate. He swallowed a transforming strength pill and sat down cross-legged to start cultivating. As soon as the transforming strength pill entered his body, it melted into Mo Qingyun's chi, blood, and body in the blink of an eye. Under the effect of the transforming strength pill, Mo Qingyun's chi, blood, and body quickly condensed small streams of inner strength. After this discovery, Mo Qingyun was immediately delighted and tried his best to absorb and refine the effects of the transforming strength pill. 3 days later, 3 transforming strength pills were absorbed and refined by Mo Qingyun. Under the effects of the 3 transforming strength pills, Mo Qingyun's cultivation had reached the peak of mid-stage body tempering, stage 7. He was only 1 step away from late-stage body tempering, stage 7. 7 days later, 7 transforming strength pills were absorbed by Mo Qingyun LV8. After absorbing 7 strength refining pills, Mo Qingyun's aura reached its peak, the peak of the late-stage 7th layer body tempering realm. Break. LV LV LV8 LV to break. LV 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 LV8 LV LVV LV boom. At that moment, Mo Qingyun seemed to hear a rumbling sound coming from within his body. Body tempering stage 8. Success. With this burst of energy, Mo Qingyun successfully broke through the barrier of body tempering stage 8. With this, Mo Qingyun's cultivation had successfully reached the 8th layer body tempering realm. Although he had successfully achieved a breakthrough in his cultivation, Mo Qingyun did not stop cultivating. Instead, he swallowed the last energy refining pill and started cultivating again to stabilize his cultivation of body tempering stage 8. 3 days later, Mo Qingyun exited from his cultivation with a look of pleasant surprise on his face. The peak of early stage body tempering stage 8. After 3 days of cultivation, with the help of the transforming strength pill, not only had his cultivation been stabilized, but he had also made further progress. 18 days have passed since the last monthly test. Mo Qingyun calculated the time and thought about his next plan. There are 12 days left until the family competition. If I try my best, I might be able to reach the 9th layer body tempering realm before the family competition. Then there's no need to hesitate. I'll refine another batch of energy refining pills and try my best to break through to the 9th layer body tempering realm. Mo Qingyun took out the scarlet flame cauldron, herbs and spiritual herbs once again and started to refine the pills without any hesitation. Half a day later, the scarlet flame cauldron emitted a fragrance of pills. The energy refining pills were completed. 10 pills, 1 more than the last time. The quality is still at the beginner 3rd grade. Seeing this, Mo Qingyun was satisfied. He placed the energy refining pills into a jade bottle. Then, Mo Qingyun swallowed a transforming strength pill and began to cultivate and improve his cultivation. In the blink of an eye, 10 days had passed. At this moment, Mo Qingyun, who had been cultivating, suddenly opened his eyes. 9th layer body tempering realm. Feeling the violent force in his body, Mo Qingyun's face was filled with joy. After 10 days of crazy cultivation, his cultivation had finally reached the 9th layer body tempering realm. Then, Mo Qingyun started to cultivate again, stabilizing his cultivation at the 9th layer body tempering realm. A day later, Mo Qingyun opened his eyes again. His cultivation at the 9th layer body tempering realm had been completely stabilized. Now that my cultivation has broken through to the ninth layer body tempering realm, it's time to go back since the family competition is tomorrow. Mo Qin Yun calculated the time in his heart. But before he stood up, he rolled his eyes and said to himself, "It'll be too shocking if I go back like this. It's better to hide my cultivation." Door of Sealing Seal. Under the effect of the Door of Sealing, Mo Qingyun's cultivation gradually weakened and finally stopped at the peak of the seventh layer body tempering realm. After settling some matters, Mo Qingyun did not stay any longer. He packed up and left the cave. A few hours later, Mo Qingyun returned to his residence. What surprised her was that the two girls, Mo Xiao and Mo Ling, were actually at her place. "Xiao Xiao, Sister Ling, why are you here?" Mo Qingyun smiled faintly and greeted Mo Xiao and Mo Ling. "Qingyun, where have you been these days? Uncle and the others were worried when they didn't see you these days." Seeing Mo Qingyun's return, Mo Ling and Mo Ling's expressions relaxed and said with a worried tone, After hearing this, Mo Qingyun was a little surprised and said with a smile, "I went to the Purple Bamboo Mountain to train. I just came back today." "Oh, so that's how it is." Mo Ling and Mo Ling's faces showed that they believed Mo Qingyun's words. They then said, "Let's go tell Uncle and the others first, so they won't be too worried." "Okay." Mo Qingyun nodded in agreement. After that, Mo Qingyun and the two girls went to Mo Faping's residence to report that they were safe. "I just heard that Mo Song's cultivation has reached the peak of the 10th layer body tempering realm." Peak of the 10th layer body tempering realm. Mo Song is too strong. I don't think anyone in the Mo clan has reached this level in the previous clan competitions. It can't be helped. Mo Song has the level 10 Nether Tiger martial spirit. His talent is outstanding, so it's normal that his cultivation speed is fast. If that's the case, Mo Qingyun is in trouble. Mo Song's cultivation at the peak of the 10th layer body tempering realm is not ordinary. On the way to Mo Faping's residence, some of the younger generation's words were heard by Mo Qingyun. Peak of the 10th layer body tempering realm. Chapter 42. Not long after, Mo Qingyun and the others arrived at Mo Faping's place. Coincidentally, Mo Feilin and Mo Yuru were both present. Mo Faping's group of three relaxed when they saw Mo Qingyun return. "You little monkey, where have you been these days? We were so worried about you." Mo Feilin smiled and rubbed Mo Qingyun's head, asking in a caring tone. Feeling Mo Feilin's concern and the concerned gazes of Mo Faping and the others, Mo Qingyun was touched and replied, "I went to the Purple Bamboo Mountain for training and just came back." Went to the Purple Bamboo Mountain for training. Mo Faping and the others' expressions changed. Their gazes toward Mo Qingyun were filled with relief and affection. Everyone in the Mo clan was saying that Mo Qingyun's talent was outstanding, and that he had obtained a fortunate encounter, which allowed his cultivation to improve rapidly. Little did they know that Mo Qingyun's achievements were all due to his hard work in cultivation. Cultivating alone in the Purple Bamboo Mountain for a month, no one could understand the loneliness and hardship he had gone through. It was impossible to reach the heavens in a single step. Behind the success, there were always 10 or 100 times more hardships than others. Mo Qingyun was obviously in the same situation. Behind the improvement of his cultivation, there was a hidden bitterness and sweat that no one knew about. "Silly kid, you must have suffered a lot in the past month. Come, sit down and tell us how you've spent the past month." After knowing where Mo Qingyun had been for the past month, Mo Faping and the others' gazes became gentler, as they said with a heartache. Following this, Mo Qingyun sat down beside Mo Faping and the others, and briefly told them about his experience in the past month. Of course, he did not tell them about his martial spirit's special ability and his battle against a 10th layer body tempering realm beast. After all, it would be too shocking if he told them. Besides, these things were related to his trump card. If he told them, he would have less to rely on. Fighting a body-tempering stage 8 demonic beast alone. After learning from Mo Qingyun that he had fought an 8th-layer body-tempering realm beast at the Purple Bamboo Mountain, Mo Faping and the others felt a lingering fear. A body-tempering stage 8 demonic beast battle prowess was astonishing. Some gifted demonic beasts could even battle a body-tempering stage 9 martial artist. Mo Qingyun had engaged in a fierce battle with them. The degree of danger could be imagined. If he wasn't careful, he might have perished there. Of course, other than being worried, Mo Faping and the others were even more shocked by Mo Qingyun's strength. Unknowingly, Mo Qingyun had grown to such an extent that he was able to fight against a beast of the 8th-layer body-tempering realm. At this moment, if Mo Qingyun had not personally explained it, they would not have been able to imagine it. Mo Qingyun had entered too quickly. Good lad, I didn't expect you to be able to hold your own in such a short time. Mo Faline laughed heartily as he patted Mo Qingyun's shoulder with a joyful expression. Then, Mo Faline stood up and smiled at Mo Qingyun. Come, let's fight. Let me see your true strength. All right. Seeing this, Mo Qingyun did not hesitate as he stood up and attacked Mo Faline. Since his rebirth, he had not fought with a true energy stage cultivator. Now that he had the chance, he naturally did not want to miss it. Fourth uncle, I'm coming. Mo Qingyun chuckled as he raised his hand and threw a punch at Mo Faline. His fist was filled with a violent force. Bang! Then, with a dull thud, Mo Qingyun's fist landed on Mo Faline's palm. Then, there was a rebounding force that caused Mo Qingyun to retreat a few steps. Peak of Body Tempering Realm Level 7. After a test, Mo Faline quickly learned of Mo Qingyun's cultivation, and he was immediately surprised. Mo Qingyun's cultivation had reached the peak of Body Tempering Stage 7 and was only a step away from Body Tempering Stage 8. At the end of the last monthly test, Mo Qingyun's cultivation had only just broken through to Body Tempering Stage 7. In just a month, Mo Qingyun's cultivation was about to break through again. His cultivation speed was shocking. In the eyes of Mo Faping and the rest, Mo Qingyun's martial spirit was only a first-grade martial spirit. A first-grade martial spirit's cultivation speed was almost comparable to a grade 9 or grade 10 martial spirit. This was incredible. Moreover, it seemed that Mo Qingyun's improvement in the past month was not comparable to the improvement in the past few months. However, you have to understand that Body Tempering Stage 7 is the highest level of the Body Tempering Stage. After reaching this level, one's body will be able to condense inner strength, which is a qualitative improvement. Therefore, after reaching Body Tempering Stage 7, the speed of cultivation will slow down. Advancing one level in a month was terrifying. Good. After knowing Mo Qingyun's cultivation, Mo Faping's face was filled with joy as he laughed heartily. He could already imagine how much Mo Qingyun had suffered in the past month and how much effort he had put in. Otherwise, Mo Qingyun's cultivation would not have improved so much. All right, uncle, why don't I see sister Mo Xian? After that, Mo Qingyun and the rest chatted for a while. Seeing that Mo Xian was not around, Mo Qingyun asked. She has been cultivating in seclusion since the last monthly test. Speaking of Mo Xian, Mo Faping's face revealed a trace of relief. He smiled faintly and said, This girl wants to break through to the half-step true energy realm before the family competition. Her personality is as strong as her mother's. It seems like Sister Mo Xian is unwilling to admit defeat. She doesn't want Mo Tsang to catch up with her. After knowing Mo Xian's situation, Mo Qingyun chuckled. You can't blame Mo Xian. After all, this is related to the opportunity to enter the spiritual hall. It's understandable that she's working so hard. Mo Faline chuckled and said with a serious expression, Spiritual hall? Mo Qingyun was puzzled. The spiritual hall is a secret place in the family. Only the patriarch and the patriarch's successor can enter. Apart from that, the winner of the annual family competition can also enter once to cultivate. The duration is 1 month. Mo Faline explained to Mo Qingyun. The spiritual hall is full of vitality. Breaking through to the true energy realm will be twice as effective with half the effort. Apart from that, it is said that cultivating in the spiritual hall for 1 day is equivalent to cultivating in the outside world for 5 days. It actually has such an effect. Mo Qingyun was surprised. Then, a trace of yearning for the spiritual hall rose in his heart. If he could enter, his cultivation level would probably rise even faster. I must get first place in the family competition. Mo Qingyun clenched his fist and made a decision in his heart. Do you really want to cultivate in the spiritual hall? Seeing Mo Qingyun's expression, Mo Yueru and the others looked at each other and smiled. Mo Faline smiled and said, "But you don't have to be too anxious. Just get first place in this year's family competition. After all, your foundation is still too shallow." Your fourth uncle is right. Peak body tempering stage 7 cultivation. With such strength, you can only rank in the top 30. There's still a big gap between you and first place. Mo Faping continued, but you don't have to be discouraged. With your current speed of improvement, you still have a great chance to compete for first place in next year's family competition. Next year's family competition? Mo Qingyun pursed his lips. A faint smile appeared at the corner of his mouth. He thought to himself, it seems like eldest uncle, second aunt, and fourth uncle don't have much confidence in me. However, Mo Qingyun did not explain. After all, what Mo Faping and the others said was the truth. It was impossible for a body tempering stage 7 cultivation to compete for first place. Chapter 43. Qingyun, I want to take a walk in town with Xiao Xiao. Can you come with us? After leaving Mo Faping's residence, Mo Ling asked Mo Qingyun for his opinion. Sure, I have something to do in town too. Mo Qingyun chuckled and followed the two women out of the Mo clan, heading towards northern desert town. About 15 minutes later, Mo Qingyun and the two girls arrived at Beima town. Qingyun, Xiao Xiao, and I will go to the rouge shop in front to take a look. You go ahead and find us at the rouge shop when you're done. After arriving at Beima town, Mo Ling pointed at the rouge shop in front of them and smiled. Okay. Looking at the rouge shop in front of them, Mo Qingyun nodded and turned to leave for Jinling workshop. After these days of refining elixirs, he did not have many spiritual herbs and medicinal herbs left. He planned to go to Jinling workshop to see if he could find the spiritual herbs and medicinal herbs he needed. After arriving at Jinling workshop again, Mo Qingyun went directly to the second floor. With his current cultivation, the ordinary medicinal herbs on the first floor were no longer of much use to him. The second floor of Jinling workshop was smaller than the first floor, and the flow of people was much less. After arriving at the second floor, Mo Qingyun's eyes were filled with various spirit herbs. However, their prices gave Mo Qingyun a headache. The price of a first-grade spiritual herb was around 500 gold coins per stalk. A second-grade spiritual herb was around 2,000 gold coins per stalk. As for third-grade spiritual herbs, each stalk was around 8,000 to 10,000 gold coins per stalk. After seeing the prices of these spiritual herbs, Mo Qingyun could not help but click his tongue and sigh. These spiritual herbs are really *king expensive. I'm really too poor. In the end, Mo Qingyun bought a total of 9 second-grade spiritual herbs, which cost him more than 19,000 gold coins. I'm back to square one. Looking at the few hundred gold coins left in his Qinquan bag, Mo Qingyun sighed again. After purchasing the elixirs, Mo Qingyun left Jinling Plaza and headed towards the rouge shop that Mo Ling mentioned. However, after arriving at the rouge shop, Mo Qingyun saw that the entrance of the rouge shop was crowded with people. It seemed that they were watching a show. You two lowly servants of the Mo clan, have you thought it through? My patience is limited. At this time, an arrogant and cold voice came from the crowd. Do you think that it's fine if you don't speak? I'll give you 3 breaths of time. If you don't obediently hand it over, we'll take it ourselves. At that time, it won't be good if we accidentally damage your faces. Song Xiuyun, don't go overboard. We saw this rouge first. Why should we give it to you? Following the former's words, the angry voice of a young girl came from the crowd. It's Xiao Zhao's voice. Hearing the voice behind him, Mo Qingyun frowned. He quickly pushed through the crowd and walked into the rouge shop. After entering the rouge shop, Mo Qingyun's face darkened and his eyes flashed coldly. He saw that there was a bright red handprint on Mo Xiao and Mo Ling's cheeks. Mo Xiao and Mo Ling were beaten up. Sister Mo Ling, Xiao Xiao, what's going on? Mo Qingyun asked angrily with a cold face. Qingyun, you're here. Seeing Mo Qingyun's arrival, the two women looked aggrieved, and the corners of their eyes turned red. Then, the two girls told him what had happened. After listening to the two girls, Mo Qingyun's face became even colder. The Song clan. Mo Qingyun's eyes flashed coldly as he stared at Song Xiuyun and the others. He said coldly, "Who was the one who beat them up? Come out." "Oh, so there are reinforcements." Song Xiuyun, who was in the crowd, saw Mo Qingyun and said disdainfully, "Boy, I asked someone to beat them up. What can you do about it?" "Mo Qingyun, it's you." After hearing Song Xiuyun's words, a girl beside her revealed a trace of surprise and spoke with a tone of disdain and disdain. After hearing the girl's words, Song Xiuyun was also surprised. She said, "Sister Lingyu, he's the trash from the Mo clan who pestered you." "Yes." Lingyu nodded and agreed with Song Xiuyun's understanding. Hearing Song Xiuyun's words, Mo Qingyun's face darkened. He looked at Song Xiuyun and said, "I don't want to beat up women. Since you admitted it, slap yourself 10 times and kneel down to admit your mistake. Then I won't pursue this matter with you." After saying this to Song Xiuyun, Mo Qingyun looked at the young man who beat them up and said, "As for you, you'll pay for your own arms. You want me to kneel down to admit my mistake and slap myself 10 times?" When she heard Mo Qingyun's words, Song Xiuyun immediately laughed as if she had heard the funniest joke. She said, "Did I hear wrongly? How dare a trash like you threaten me?" Mo Qingyun, it's only now that I realize how wise my decision to reject your pursuit was. After hearing Song Xiuyun's words, Lingyu looked at Mo Qingyun with disdain and said, "I don't know if I should call you an idiot or ignorant. Do you know who she is? She is Ziheo's sister. You want to slap yourself and kowtow to admit your mistake? Can you be any more stupid? Who are you? Do I know you? Do I know you very well?" When he heard Lingyu's words, Mo Qingyun retorted with a look of disdain. He then said, "Don't interrupt me just because you have 2 big steam buns. Let me kindly remind you that the weather is cold. Wear more clothes. Don't let those 2 big steam buns freeze. The weather is cold. Wear more clothes. Don't let those steam buns freeze." When Mo Qingyun said this, the surrounding people were instantly dumbfounded. They were all stunned on the spot. After a brief moment of shock, the surrounding men revealed looks of admiration and gave Mo Qingyun a thumbs up. "Brother, you're too good. You can even think of something like that." As for the women, their faces were flushed red as they glared at Mo Qingyun in displeasure. "Ew." When she heard Mo Qingyun's words, Lingyu was so embarrassed and angry that she was speechless. "Song Jichuan, go slap this brat's mouth." When she saw the angry Lingyu beside her, Song Xiuyun immediately lost her temper and ordered a young man beside her. "Yes, Sister Xiuyun." The young man named Song Jichuan responded immediately and walked towards Mo Qingyun with a sneer. "Brat, I'm the one who hit him. I'd like to see how you're going to cripple my arms now." Mo Qingyun, brother Song Jichuan, is at the 7th stage body tempering realm. I advise you to kowtow and admit your mistake. Ask the 2 girls of the Mo family to hand over the rouge. Then, the 3 of you can scram together. Lingyu said to Mo Qingyun with a cold expression. Is the 7th stage body tempering realm that powerful? However, Mo Qingyun didn't seem to take her words seriously as he replied nonchalantly, "Golden Cloud Wolf Claw." At that moment, when Mo Qingyun was replying to Lingyu, Song Jichuan suddenly made a move and grabbed at Mo Qingyun. Song Jichuan's palm surged with powerful energy waves and grabbed at Mo Qingyun's chest. A sneak attack. Despicable. Seeing that Song Jichuan had taken advantage of Mo Qingyun's carelessness to launch a sneak attack on Mo Qingyun, Mo Qingyun immediately said with disdain, "Oomph. As long as I can hit him, I don't care what method I use." Song Jichuan didn't care about the two's words. He looked at Mo Qingyun and sneered, "Brat die." Then, everyone saw Song Jichuan's claw approaching Mo Qingyun's chest in the blink of an eye. Seeing this, some of the girls in the crowd closed their eyes, not daring to watch. However, just as everyone was worried about Mo Qingyun, they saw Song Jichuan's hand stop an inch away from Mo Qingyun's chest. Crack! Crack! Then, the crowd heard two crisp sounds of bones breaking. They saw Song Jichuan's arms drooping down. With one move, the seventh-stage body-tempering realm Song Jichuan's arms were crippled. No, impossible. How did he become so powerful? Seeing this scene, Ling Yu's expression changed. She was horrified. Never in her wildest dreams would she have thought that Mo Qingyun's strength would suddenly be formidable to such an extent. Chapter 44. Mo Qingyun stepped closer to Song Xiuyun, no longer hiding his aura. His peak 7-stage body-tempering realm aura was on full display. Peak 7-stage body-tempering realm. Sensing the aura emanating from Mo Qingyun, the expressions of Song Xiuyun and the others changed. They were shocked. Mo Qingyun's cultivation had reached the peak of body-tempering realm. No wonder Song Jichuan was defeated in one move. He's already grown to such a level. Ling Yu was a little dazed as she watched the domineering Mo Qingyun stride forward step by step. Was this still the trash that she had always disdained in her eyes? Mo Qingyun was already considered a genius to have such a cultivation at such a young age. At that moment, Ling Yu couldn't help but feel a tinge of regret. Perhaps she had made a mistake in breaking off the engagement. No, I didn't do anything wrong. Even if Mo Qingyun is more outstanding now, he still can't compare to Zaheo. Ling Yu comforted herself with a pale face. What do you want? Song Xiuyun's face was pale as she watched Mo Qingyun approach her step by step. Her voice trembled as she said nervously, Don't come any closer. Let me tell you, my brother's cultivation has reached the true energy realm. If you touch me, he won't let you off." The true energy realm? Mo Qingyun's expression changed slightly when he heard Song Xiuyun's words. He was surprised by this news. He did not expect Song Zaheo's cultivation to reach the true energy realm in just a few months. Even so, he could not change his mind. Song Xiuyun had to pay the price for her actions. Following which, Mo Qingyun took another step towards Song Xiuyun. With a face full of arrogance, he said, "A mere true energy stage cultivator is not enough to scare me. Since you are unwilling to do it yourself, I will have to do it myself." Song Xiuyun was only at body-tempering realm stage 6. She could not even resist Mo Qingyun's attack. Slap! Mo Qingyun's words were followed by a crisp slap. A palm print appeared on Song Xiuyun's face. You dare to hit me." After being slapped by Mo Qingyun, Song Xiuyun felt wronged. Tears flowed down her cheeks. She couldn't believe that this was real. She had never been hit in her entire life. What was even more unexpected was that Mo Qingyun actually dared to hit him in front of everyone. Those who insult others will be insulted by others. Mo Qingyun ignored Song Xiuyun's reaction and said coldly, "Since you can hit others, you should have thought about the possibility of being hit by others." Pa pa pa. Then Mo Qingyun raised his hand and slapped Song Xiuyun 9 more times. In this way, it was exactly 10 times. Under these 10 slaps, Song Xiuyun was completely stunned. Towards the end, she almost forgot to resist. Kneel. However, Mo Qingyun didn't care about Song Xiuyun's reaction at all. He raised his hand and pressed on her shoulder. Then, under Mo Qingyun's force, Song Xiuyun knelt in front of Mo Xiao and Mo Ling. After seeing this scene, everyone on the spot was dumbfounded. After slapping Song Xiuyun, Mo Qingyun really made Song Xiuyu kneel in front of Mo Xiao and Mo Ling Qingyun. Seeing Mo Qingyun's action, Mo Xiao and Mo Qingyun clench their fists, excitement filling their faces. At this moment, while Mo Xiao and Mo Ling were still excited, Mo Qingyun came to them and said, "Sister Ling, Xiao, let's go." Okay. After hearing this, the two girls nodded and followed Mo Qingyun out of the roost shop. Mo Qingyun, you will regret what you did today. You hit Xiuyun today. Zaheo will not let you off at the town meeting next year. Watching Mo Qingyun walk away, Healing Yu said resentfully, "Don't worry. At the town meeting, even if Song Zaheo doesn't look for me, I will look for him. I will pay him back double what he did to me." In response to Healing Yu's words, Mo Qingyun's face was resolute and his tone was cold. When Mo Qingyun was reborn, he had made up his mind to make Healing Yu and Song Zaheo pay for what they did. After saying this, Mo Qingyun ignored Healing Yu and the others and left with Mo Xiao and Mo Xiao. Because of what happened to Song Xiuyun, Mo Xiao and Mo Ling were not in the mood to continue shopping. Then, Mo Qingyun and the other two returned to the Mo family. After returning to the Mo family, Mo Qingyun and the other two separated. Mo Qingyun returned to his residence alone. As soon as he returned to his residence, Mo Qingyun started cultivating. However, Mo Qingyun did not continue to improve his cultivation. Instead, he planned to familiarize himself with the martial skills. During these days, he had been immersed in improving his cultivation and had relaxed a lot about the cultivation of the martial skills. In the following time, Mo Qingyun immersed himself in the cultivation of the martial skills and practiced them over and over again. As Mo Qingyun practiced them over and over again, his understanding of the swift shadow steps and 9-stage crash deepened. Although his swift shadow steps martial skill had not reached the profound level, it had still improved by quite a bit. As for the 9-stage crash, Mo Qingyun had finally reached the consummation level after continuous practice. Now that both the swift shadow steps and 9-stage crash have reached the consummation level, I can try to cultivate another martial skill. Mo Qingyun's face was solemn as he pondered in his heart about which martial skill he should cultivate next. After pondering for a while, Mo Qingyun made a decision in his heart. He planned to cultivate a martial skill called Fire Dragon Seal. Fire Dragon Seal, able to condense inner strength, true qi, and true yuan into a battle seal to unleash shocking combat strength. Furthermore, it can be used for both offense and defense. It is a martial skill that can be used for both offense and defense. The Fire Dragon Seal was the same as the 9-stage collapse. They were both early-stage Earth-grade martial skills. However, there were some differences between the two. Fire Dragon Seal was divided into 3 levels. The first level of the body-tempering realm, the second level of the true origin realm, and the third level of the true origin realm. The first level was to condense the inner strength battle seal by condensing the inner strength battle seal. When cultivated to the consummation level, one could condense 9 battle seals. The second level required one to be in the true Qi realm. Condensing the true Qi battle seal in one's body, one could condense 27 battle seals. As for the third level, it required one to be in the true origin realm. Condensing the true origin battle seal in one's body, one could condense 81 battle seals. After that, Mo Qingyun didn't hesitate any longer and started to cultivate. Since Mo Qingyun had practiced the Fire Dragon Seal before, Mo Qingyun quickly got the hang of it. It was a quiet night. After a day of cultivation, Mo Qingyun had cultivated the Fire Dragon Seal to the beginner level and condensed 5 inner strength battle seals. Mo Qingyun was very satisfied with this. With this, his strength had increased by another level. However, at this moment, it was finally time for the family competition. The family competition is finally here. Chapter 45. After a while, when Mo Qingyun arrived at the martial arts practice field, the place was already filled with people. Among these people, apart from the Mo clan, there were also people from other clans in northern Desert Town. The other clans were here mainly to understand the strength of the Mo clan's juniors through the family competition. This way, the juniors of their clans would be able to know themselves and their opponents in the town competition after the new year. The elders of the Mo clan did not pay too much attention to the arrival of the other clans. Anyway, at this time, some of the elders of the Mo clan went to the other clans to watch the family competition. Everyone was returning the favor, so no one was at a disadvantage. Most importantly, the elders of the Mo clan had another idea about this phenomenon. That was, when the other clans came to watch the family competition, they could also show off a little. Perhaps it was because the Mo clan placed great importance on the family competition, but there were some changes to the judging panel. The size of the judging panel was obviously a few times larger than the monthly test. In the center of the judging panel sat an old man in his 50s. There were traces of age on his face, and his gaze was deep. He sat there with an imposing aura. This old man was the head of the Mo clan, Mo Hongtian. He was at the late stage of the true energy realm and was one of the top 5 experts in northern Desert Town. Could this be my cheap grandfather? Looking at the old man sitting in the middle of the judging panel, Mo Qingyun laughed at himself. I didn't expect so many big shots to come to this year's family competition. What a surprise. At this moment, as Mo Qingyun was looking at the judging panel, a sigh came from beside him. The person who spoke was a refined young man in his 20s. His cultivation was at the peak of the early stage of the body-tempering realm. Seeing Mo Qingyun looking at him, the refined young man smiled at Mo Qingyun and said, "You are Qingyun's cousin, right?" You know me?" Mo Qingyun asked with a surprised expression. "Hee, you're now the most famous person in our Mo clan. How can I not recognize you?" In response to Mo Qingyun's surprise, the young man smiled faintly and said, "My name is Mo E. I hope that in the upcoming family competition, I will have the opportunity to fight against you, cousin Qingyun. When the time comes, I hope cousin Mo Qingyun can give me some pointers." Mo Qingyun said politely. Mo E waved his hand and said with a smile, "I wouldn't dare to give you advice. We're just learning from each other." After exchanging a few pleasantries, Mo Qingyun asked curiously, "I heard you say that a lot of big shots have come to attend the family competition. What's going on? Didn't you notice the eagle-eyed elder sitting to the right of the patriarch? He is the old patriarch of the Song family, Song Su, and the one sitting to the left of the patriarch is the old patriarch of the He family, He Qiansheng." Mo Yi introduced Mo Qingyun one by one. After hearing Mo Yi's introduction, Mo Qingyun's expression changed. He was a little surprised. He hadn't expected that the old patriarchs of the Song and He families would be attending the family competition. However, what surprised Mo Qingyun even more was that He Lingyu and Song Xiuyun were walking toward the judges' table. Perhaps because they were being watched by Mo Qingyun, the two women soon noticed Mo Qingyun in the crowd and glared at him with hatred. Seeing the change in He Lingyu and Song Xiuyun's expressions, Song Su and He Qiansheng also looked in Mo Qingyun's direction. "Grandpa, he is Mo Qingyun," He Lingyu and Song Xiuyun said unhappily when they saw the two elders looking at Mo Qingyun. "Oh." Song Su and He Qiansheng couldn't help but frown when they heard the two women's words. They seemed to be deep in thought. A moment later, He Qiansheng broke the silence and said with a smile, "Brother Hongtian, is that your grandson Mo Qingyun? He is indeed a man of striking appearance." "Brother Qiansheng, you flatter me." Mo Qingyun replied with a faint smile and also looked at Mo Qingyun. Upon closer inspection, one could see a trace of relief in Mo Hongtian's eyes. It seemed that he had heard a little about Mo Qingyun's recent performance. "Grandpa, you don't know how powerful Mo Qingyun is. He relied on his high cultivation to hit Xiuyun." Song Xiuyun, who was next to Song Su, pretended to be aggrieved. "Is that so?" Song Su and the others' expressions changed. A trace of pride flashed across Song Xiuyun's eyes when she saw the elder's reaction. Then, she recounted what had happened. Song Su's expression turned ugly when he heard Song Xiuyun's words. He reprimanded Song Xiuyun and said, "Xiuyun, don't speak nonsense. If you were not unruly and willful, why would Qingyun hit you?" Song Xiuyun's face became somewhat displeased when she heard Song Su's words. However, before Song Xiuyun could say anything, Song Su looked at Mo Hongtian with displeasure and said, "Brother Hongtian, your grandson is very powerful. He actually attacked and injured someone because of a disagreement. Brother Song Su, don't be angry. My grandson is naughty and mischievous. I will definitely punish him after this." Mo Hongtian's expression turned solemn as he replied to Song Su. "Ha, Brother Song Su, Brother Hongtian, let the younger generation deal with their own matters. Let's just relax and watch the competition." He Qiansheng tried to smooth things over when he saw that the atmosphere was a little awkward. Then, Mo Hongtian and the other two looked toward the arena and didn't say anything else. Inside the arena, seeing that all the younger generation had arrived, an elder of the Mo family walked out and said, "I will now announce the rules of the competition." The first round was divided into 10 arenas. 50 people would fight in each arena, and the remaining 5 would advance to the next round. In the second round, they would draw lots to match their opponents. The winners would advance to the next round, while the losers would fight for the rankings. I will now call out the names. Those whose names have been called out will enter arena number 1. In the middle of the arena, the elder spoke again. Then, he began to call out the names. Soon, all the younger generation participating in the competition had been called out and were evenly distributed to the 10 arenas. Perhaps it was because of special arrangements, but among the younger generation, those who were at least body tempering stage 9 and above were all allocated to different arenas. This arrangement was probably because they were worried that there would be conflicts between them. If they fought in the first round, they would be eliminated from the competition. After a simple scan of the surroundings, Mo Qingyun realized that Mo Tsong was allocated to arena number 1, while Mo Xen, who had a higher cultivation, was allocated to arena number 2. Mo Tsong, arena number 1. Are they trying to create momentum for him? After seeing Mo Tsong's arena, Mo Qingyun's lips curled into a playful smile. Then, Mo Qingyun observed for a while and realized that Mo Yi, who had been chatting with him just now, was allocated to arena number 7. Apart from that, Mo Qingyun also realized that there were about 30 people in each arena. Out of the 30 people, 5 would advance to the next round. In other words, 1 out of 6 or 7 people would advance to the next round. Such an elimination rate was quite high. It wouldn't be easy to advance to the next round. There doesn't seem to be anyone at body tempering stage 9 in my group. After briefly sizing up the opponents in front of him, Mo Qingyun discovered that his group seemed to be the weakest of the 10 groups. Mo Qingyun was very happy to see this. Chapter 46. As soon as the battle started, the juniors in the arena were divided into a few groups. 4 juniors with a cultivation of body tempering realm stage 8 each formed a group. The rest of the juniors with a cultivation of body tempering realm stage 7 each formed a group of 3 or 2. The rest of the juniors with a cultivation of body tempering realm stage 7 and below formed a group. Mo Qingyun was not surprised by this. After all, if everyone grouped together, the chances of being eliminated would be lower. Otherwise, those with a lower cultivation base would have no chance of winning against those with a higher cultivation base. Not long after, 9 camps were formed in the arena. As soon as the 9 groups were formed, they were on guard against each other. No one dared to make the first move. However, they soon realized that Mo Qingyun's group was the weakest in the arena. Although Mo Qingyun's cultivation base was at the peak of body tempering realm stage 7, he was alone. Therefore, he gave off the impression that he was the weakest. After realizing that Mo Qingyun's group was the weakest, they were all eager to make the first move. They all set their sights on Mo Qingyun as their first target. After all, Mo Qingyun was alone, and his cultivation base was not the highest, so it would be easier to deal with him. Even so, no one dared to make the first move. There was nothing they could do about it. Although Mo Qingyun's side wasn't the strongest, eliminating him would still cost them quite a bit. This was not what the crowd wanted to see. Therefore, they were all waiting for someone to lose their patience first. After a few minutes, someone finally lost his patience. It was a cultivator with a cultivation base of body tempering realm stage 8. After glancing at the crowd, the man said to those with a cultivation base of the 7th layer body tempering realm and below in a prideful manner, "I'll give you guys 10 breaths time to fight each other to decide who will advance to the next round. If you guys don't do it, the 4 of us will have to do it ourselves." As he spoke, he glanced at the other 3 cultivators with a cultivation base of body tempering realm stage 8 and signaled to each other. The other 3 agreed with this person's actions. After seeing this, they all responded. Seeing that the 4 cultivators with a cultivation base of body tempering realm stage 8 had reached a consensus, the rest of the crowd tensed up and did not know what to do. If they fought each other, only one of them would be able to advance. However, if they did not fight each other, they would not stand a chance against the 4 8th layer body tempering realm cultivators. As this thought appeared in everyone's mind, the atmosphere in the hall suddenly became heavy. However, in the end, no one made a move. Just like that, 10 breaths of time passed. Seeing that no one had made a move even after 10 breaths had passed, the 8th layer body tempering realm cultivator from before sneered. "Since none of you are willing to make a move, I guess I'll have to do it myself." Soon after, the crowd saw the 4 8th layer body tempering realm cultivators standing up one after another, preparing to fight. It seemed like the 4 of them were about to make a move. The other groups all gathered together and finally formed a single group. Perhaps in their opinion, this was the only way they would stand a chance against 4 8th layer body tempering realm cultivators. When the other factions joined forces, Mo Qingyun did not participate. He was still alone. In this way, Mo Qingyun's group seemed to be weaker than before. After seeing this, the 8th layer body tempering realm cultivator who spoke previously said coldly to Mo Qingyun, "Kid, let's start with you. If you leave the arena now, I won't make things difficult for you." "You want me to leave the arena?" After hearing his words, Mo Qingyun's expression changed slightly, and he looked at him with a playful expression. It seemed like this guy in front of him was treating him as a soft persimmon and wanted to start with him first. "What? Do you have any objections? Do you want me to do it myself?" Seeing that Mo Qingyun was doubting his words, the man was immediately displeased. He stretched his arms and walked toward Mo Qingyun. "You could try it yourself." Mo Qingyun replied with a nonchalant expression in response to this person's threat. "Mo Chuan, this kid doesn't seem to care about your words." After seeing Mo Qingyun's reaction, another 8th layer body tempering realm cultivator smiled and said to Mo Chuan. After hearing his words, Mo Chuan's expression immediately turned ugly. He said to Mo Qingyun, "Kid, let me remind you, you better know your place and don't force me to do it. Otherwise, I can't guarantee that you won't be able to walk out of here alive. Let me remind you too, get lost immediately. Otherwise, I can't guarantee that you won't be able to walk out of here alive." Mo Qingyun's expression darkened as he said coldly, "F***K, this kid is too arrogant. How dare he talk to Mo Chuan like that? Haha, Mo Chuan, it seems like this kid doesn't care about you at all. Not only does he not care about you, he doesn't even care about you. Mo Chuan, if you still don't do it, you can just be a coward." After seeing this, the other 8th layer body tempering realm cultivators immediately mocked Mo Chuan. Under their mocking words, Mo Chuan's expression turned extremely ugly. With a twisted expression, he said, "Kid, you forced me to do this." Flying Star's sticky hand after Mo Chuan finished speaking, he reached out his hand towards Mo Qingyun, directly grabbing at Mo Qingyun's throat. Looking at Mo Chuan's action, it seemed like he was planning to directly grab Mo Qingyun and throw him out of the arena. When the people around saw this scene, they all revealed gloating expressions. If Mo Qingyun was thrown out of the arena, they would have one less competitor. After all, Mo Qingyun was at the peak of body-tempering Realm Stage 7. In a one-on-one fight, he was still very strong. If Mo Chuan did not make a move, it would be quite troublesome for the people present to deal with him. Now, that Mo Qingyun was eliminated by Mo Chuan, it was naturally the best outcome. However, at this moment, while the crowd was waiting for Mo Qingyun to be thrown out of the arena by Mo Chuan, bang! A muffled sound was heard, following which the crowd saw Mo Chuan's body fly out and fall outside the arena. Mo Chuan was sent flying. Seeing this scene, the crowd in the arena was instantly dumbfounded. This result was too different from what they had imagined. It was almost the complete opposite of what they had expected. They really did not expect Mo Qingyun to be so powerful. Mo Chuan, who was at body-tempering Realm Stage 8, was sent out of the arena by Mo Qingyun in just one move. Seeing that he was thrown out of the arena by Mo Qingyun in one move, Mo Chuan felt as if he had eaten a fly. It was extremely disgusting. He did not expect that in the end, he, who was at body-tempering Realm Stage 8, would be the first person to be eliminated. You're too strong. I didn't want to eliminate you. Mo Qingyun chuckled as he looked at Mo Chuan, who had been eliminated by his attack. Mo Chuan was already very depressed when he was eliminated. Now that he heard Mo Qingyun's words, he felt even more depressed. What did he mean by too strong? I didn't want to eliminate him. From Mo Chuan's point of view, Mo Qingyun did it on purpose. If not, how could it be so coincidental that he was sent to the edge of the arena, causing him to be eliminated? Mo Qingyun did not care about Mo Chuan's resentful gaze. He turned his gaze back to the arena and said to the crowd with a smile, "Is there anyone else who wants me to leave the arena?" After hearing Mo Qingyun's words, the crowd unconsciously took a few steps back and looked at Mo Qingyun with respect. Are you kidding me? You sent Mo Chuan, who was at body-tempering Realm Stage 8, flying with one punch. Aren't they seeking death by challenging Mo Qingyun? Seeing that the crowd was unwilling to step forward, Mo Qingyun sat down leisurely. He looked at the crowd in front of him and said with a smile, "I'll give you 5 minutes to decide who will advance to the next round. Otherwise, I'll have to throw all of you out." SSS. After hearing Mo Qingyun's words, the crowd was filled with respect. They sucked in a breath of cold air and secretly cursed. This guy is too cruel. He actually wants to eliminate everyone. However, even though they were unhappy, they did not dare to refute Mo Qingyun's words. Soon after, the crowd in the arena no longer hesitated and immediately attacked. However, when they attacked, their hearts were filled with bitterness. Is this karma? Chapter 47. He is already so powerful. Looking at Mo Qingyun in the arena, He Lingyu's face turned pale, and she was in a daze. Mo Qingyun's rapid rise had already broken through the bottom line of what she could bear. Brat, don't be so smug. No matter how powerful you are no match for my brother. Song Xiaoyun gritted her teeth as she thought to herself with a venomous look on her face. Brother Hong Tian, I am so envious of you. You have a good grandson. He Qianxing smiled at Mo Hong Tian with an envious expression. Aha, this brat likes to show off when he has some ability. Brother Qianxing, please don't laugh at me. Hearing He Qianxing's words, Mo Hong Tian immediately laughed heartily. It seemed like he was very satisfied with Mo Qingyun's performance. Similarly, he enjoyed He Qianxing's words very much. While Mo Hong Tian was happy, there was also a tinge of regret in his eyes. He sighed to himself, if only Qingyun did not have a grade 1 martial soul. A grade 1 martial soul aptitude is destined. No matter how talented he is, his future achievements will be limited. Sigh. At that moment, while He Qianxing and Mo Hong Tian were talking, Song Su's face darkened. No one knew what he was thinking. Father, Grandmaster Song, Grandmaster He Elders. At that moment, Mo Feipeng, Mo Guru, and Mo Ling came to the judge's stand and greeted Mo Hong Tian and the rest. You are all here. Take a seat. Mo Hong Tian pointed to the seat beside him. After greeting them, he asked, "Did Faylene go to Lianyun's city?" "Yes." Mo Faping nodded and said, "Greenwood Firm's business has been good recently, and they have taken in many new customers. Faylene want to take a look, and they'll be back before the New Year's Eve." "Great." Hearing Mo Faping's words, Mo Hong Tian nodded in relief. Why didn't anyone make a move against him in Qingyun's arena? Mo Yueru was puzzled when she saw the situation in Mo Qingyun's arena. That's right. Everyone else is fighting with anger. Why is Qingyun acting like an outsider? Everyone is ignoring him. Mo Ling was also confused. He couldn't figure out what was going on with Mo Qingyun. When Mo Hong Tian heard Mo Yueru and the rest words, he smiled helplessly and shook his head. Those little fellows did not attack Qingyun because that little fellow, Mo Chuan, challenged Qingyun and was blasted out of the arena by Qingyun in a single move. They were shocked by this result. What? Mo Chuan was blasted out of the arena by Qingyun in one move. Mo Chuan's cultivation seems to have reached the 8th layer body tempering realm. Even Mo Chuan, with his 8th layer body tempering realm cultivation, couldn't withstand a single blow from Qingyun. How is this possible? After hearing Mo Hong Tian's words, Mo Yueru and the other two were shocked. Could it be that Qingyun's cultivation has reached the 8th layer body tempering realm? Mo Yueru exclaimed. After hearing Mo Yueru's words, Mo Faping and the rest fell silent and smiled bitterly. This brat Mo Qingyun's cultivation speed was really too fast. While they were not paying attention, his cultivation had already broken through. At this moment, Mo Yueru and the rest were confused. Did Mo Qingyun really have a first-grade martial spirit? At this moment, while Mo Yueru and the rest were shocked by the scene in front of them, the battle on Mo Qingyun's side finally came to an end. Including Mo Qingyun, there were only 5 people left. The other 4 people were the 3 8th layer body tempering realm cultivators and the last late stage 7th layer body tempering realm cultivator. Looking at the 4 people in front of him, Mo Qingyun chuckled and said, "Thank you for your hard work. It's our pleasure." In response to Mo Qingyun's words, the few of them quickly responded. However, their expressions were even uglier than when they were crying. Of course, it was hard work. Even if their cultivation was slightly higher, they still almost collapsed from exhaustion when the 4 of them fought against 20 to 30 people. After Mo Qingyun's battle ended, the other 9 arenas also came to an end to determine the 5 people who would advance to the next round. After an hour of rest, we will begin the second round of battles. Seeing that all the battles had ended, an elder instructed the crowd. Immediately after, the juniors who had advanced to the second round began to rest. However, Mo Qingyun did not rest. This was because he had not expended any energy since the beginning. Seeing Mo Qingyun's leisurely appearance, the other 4 people were depressed. They were so envious that their eyes almost popped out of their sockets. They had all advanced to the next round in the same arena. Why was the difference so huge? After an hour, the break is over. We will now draw lots to determine your opponents. Seeing that the break was over, an elder walked out and shouted at the 50 juniors who had advanced to the next round. After that, Mo Qingyun and the rest walked forward and began to draw lots. Mo Qingyun, you better not get eliminated too quickly. During the drawing of lots, Mo Tsang's face was gloomy as he spoke to Mo Qingyun coldly. "Don't worry. Even if you get eliminated, I won't get eliminated either." Mo Qingyun replied to Mo Tsang's words indifferently. "Oomph, that's for the best." Mo Tsang snorted and walked away. "Brat, you're so lucky to have met the weakest group. You advanced even more leisurely and easily than me." Mo Xen patted Mo Qingyun's shoulder and smiled at Mo Qingyun. Not bad. I didn't meet anyone with a cultivation base of body tempering stage 9. Mo Qingyun chuckled. "Cousin Qingyun, congratulations on advancing." At this moment, Mo walked over and congratulated Mo Qingyun. He then said to Mo Xian, Congratulations, cousin Mo Qingyun, for advancing to the half-step true Qi realm. Mo Qingyun smiled faintly and replied, Same to cousin Mo E. Thank you, cousin Mo. Mo XN smiled sweetly and said in surprise, Cousin Mo E, I thought you didn't like to fight? Why are you interested in this year's competition? My old man ordered me to get closer to everyone. He said that I've been reading too much and my brain has become pedantic. Moe said helplessly. Oh, so it's the second elder's idea. After hearing Moe's words, MOXN revealed a look of understanding and looked at Moe sympathetically. Compared to MOXIN's thoughts, Mo Qingyun was more curious about Moe. This cousin of his was interesting. He didn't like fighting, but he liked reading. No wonder Mo had a scholarly aura. He was a literati. All right, cousin Qingyun, what's your number? After Mo Qingyun and the other two exchanged a few more words, Mo asked curiously. Number 10. Seeing this, Mo Qingyun looked at the number on the sign. Then, Mo Qingyun saw that there was already a young man standing in the number 10 arena. Mo's son. After seeing the young man, Moe and MOXIN's expressions changed, following which Moe's face was solemn as he reminded Mo Qingyun, Cousin Qingyun, you must be careful when you fight with Mo's son later. This fellow's attacks are extremely ruthless. He's a living example of a desperate man. That's right. Although Mo's son is only at the peak of body tempering stage 8, because of his ruthlessness, many people at body tempering stage 9 are afraid of him. They're all afraid of him. MOXIN also had a serious face. She reminded Mo Qingyun, Brat, if you can't beat him later, don't force yourself. It's okay if you lose, but you can't get hurt because of it. Do you understand? Got it. Mo Qingyun nodded and smiled indifferently. Seeing Mo Qingyun's expression, Mo shook his head helplessly. He felt that Mo Qingyun didn't listen to them at all. However, with his personality, he didn't want to say anything. He only looked at Mo Qingyun with concern. Mo Qingyun was well aware of the meaning behind Moe's expression, but he didn't say anything either. After all, everything would be clear after he fought with Mo's son. Chapter 48. It's Mo's son. Mo Feipeng was shocked when he saw Mo Qingyun's opponent. He frowned and started to worry. Mo's son? Is he the child who grew up in the wolf pack? Mo Yueru was shocked and worried as she asked Mo Feipeng. That's right. It's that child. Mo Feipeng gritted his teeth and clenched his fists as he stared at Arena 10. Uncle, Mother, don't worry. We should believe in Qingyun. Mo Ling comforted Mo Feipeng and Mo Yueru. Think about it. We doubted Qingyun's strength before, but he surprised us every time. Although that's true, it's different this time. Mo Feipeng and Mo Yueru relaxed a little when they heard Mo Ling's words, but they were still worried. After all, Mo's son was not like Mo Hai. His experience was not something an ordinary person could compare to. Living in a wolf pack, not only did he have to fight with other beasts, but he also had to fight with humans. Even when he was in a wolf pack, he had to go through many battles to survive. It was obvious that Mo's son's experience was not something an ordinary person could imagine. He actually met Mo's son. Even if this kid loses this battle, he won't have any regrets. Mo Hong Tian sighed inwardly. He seemed to be certain that it was impossible for Mo Qingyun to win this battle. He actually met a wolf child. After seeing Mo Qingyun's opponent, Mo Song's expression changed. He took pleasure in Mo Qingyun's misfortune and sneered. Mo Qingyun, your luck is really bad. Looks like I don't have to take care of you. In the number 10 arena, you're not my match. Admit defeat. Mo Sun's expression turned cold when he saw Mo Qingyun walk into the arena. His voice was hoarse as he spoke. Mo Qingyun sized Mo Sun up and smiled nonchalantly. We haven't even started yet, and you're already so sure that I'm not your match. You seem to be overconfident. Since that's the case, let's do it. Mo Sun's eyes flashed coldly. Like a hungry wolf, he stared at Mo Qingyun and said, Once I attack, I won't hold back. It's not too late to regret it now. Thank you for your kind intentions. Go all out. Upon hearing Mo Qingyun's words, Mo Qingyun had a good impression of him. Blood wolf martial spirit, appear. Mo Sun shouted and summoned his martial soul. It seemed that he was going all out. Shortly after, a dense bloody aura emanated from Mo Sun's martial soul. Mo Sun's blood wolf martial soul was one of the top grade 8 martial souls. Furthermore, with the support of the blood wolf martial soul's soul power, the bloodthirsty side of his heart would be stimulated, and he would be able to display even greater fighting strength. Because of this, the combat strength of the blood wolf martial soul was not inferior to an ordinary level 9 martial soul. Summon your martial soul, Mo Sun said coldly. No need. Mo Qingyun smiled faintly and said, let's do it. Upon hearing Mo Qingyun's words, Mo Sun's face turned even colder. There was a hint of anger in his eyes. In his opinion, Mo Qingyun was looking down on him by not summoning his martial soul. Of course, he thought this way because he did not know that everyone knew that Mo Qingyun only had a level 1 illumination martial soul. If it was a level 1 illumination martial soul, it would not make a difference whether he summoned it or not. Blood wolf rends the sun. Mo Sun howled at the sky. His eyes immediately turned blood red. He leaped up and pounced at Mo Qingyun. Immediately, Mo Sun's hands formed a bloody shadow and tore at Mo Qingyun's chest. At the moment, Mo Sun's attack felt as though the sun would be torn to shreds in the face of his attack. Mo Sun is so strong. His martial skill, Blood Wolf Rips the Sun, must have reached the perfection stage. In my opinion, Mo Qingyun will not be able to take Mo Sun's attack. Seeing Mo Sun's attack, the surrounding juniors were shocked and in awe. A perfection stage martial skill. Brother Hong Tian, this kid is not bad. After seeing Mo Sun's attack, Song Su smiled faintly and praised him. However, no one knew if he was praising Mo Sun's martial skill or if he was praising Mo Sun for severely injuring Mo Qingyun. Haha, this kid's temperament is not bad. He can be nurtured. He chin-ching laughed. Mo Sun's talent and perseverance are indeed better than his peers. However, his personality needs to be changed. After the two of them spoke, Mo Hong Tian replied with a serious expression. He thought to himself, it looks like Qingyun will not be able to win this match. Mo Sun's strength already qualifies him to fight for the top 10 in the competition. After seeing Mo Sun's attack, Mo Hong Tian's last hope of Mo Qingyun winning was completely destroyed. A perfection stage martial skill. He's indeed strong. With Mo Qingyun's eyesight, he could naturally tell that Mo Sun's martial skill was proficient. After a short moment of shock, Mo Qingyun said, although your martial skill is quite advanced, your martial skills grade is too low. With Mo Qingyun's eyesight, he was certain that Mo Sun's martial skill, Blood Wolf Rips the Sun, was not higher than a low-tier profound stage martial skill. A low-tier profound stage martial skill against his low-tier earth stage martial skill, 9-stage crash, would be at a disadvantage. Before the 7-stage body tempering realm, the grade of a martial skill did not have much of a difference. However, after reaching the 7th-stage body tempering realm, one's body would be able to condense inner strength. The stronger the martial skill, the more powerful it would be. 9-stage crash. Looking at the approaching blood claw, Mo Qingyun's expression turned serious. He raised his hand and threw out a punch. The force behind the punch was unbridled. The aura of a 7th-stage body tempering realm cultivator was at its peak. Boom! When the fist and claw collided, there was a violent explosion. The bloody light dissipated and a dull thud was heard. Mo Sun took it. Seeing that Mo Sun's attack had been countered, everyone's expression changed. They were surprised by the outcome. Mo Qingyun's performance had once again surprised everyone. This brat has brought us another surprise. Seeing that Mo Qingyun had countered Mo Sun's attack, Mo Faping immediately laughed. His mood instantly turned for the better. Qingyun's martial skill isn't simple. He's only at the pinnacle of the 7-stage body tempering realm, yet he's able to receive a full force attack from someone at the pinnacle of the 8th-stage body tempering realm. Mo Yueru's eyes moved as she revealed a joyful smile. She looked at Mo Qingyun with anticipation. It seems that I've underestimated this brat. I never expected that he would have cultivated a low-tier martial skill. Seeing Mo Qingyun's performance, Mo Hongtian's expression changed. He gripped the edge of his chair tightly and said excitedly, if he's more familiar with his martial skill, he might be able to fight with Mo's son. Mo Hongtian's grandson is not simple. He Qiansheng and Song Su looked at each other. They could read each other's thoughts, and their expressions became complicated. As the 3 great families of the northern desert town, the competition between them was intense. Naturally, they did not wish for the younger generation of the other families to be too outstanding. You've actually countered my attack. However, it won't be that easy from now on. Seeing that Mo Qingyun had countered his full force attack, Mo Sun was momentarily stunned. His tone was cold. Is that so? Mo Qingyun's lips curled into a playful smile as he said, but before that, you should try to take one of my attacks too. Break. As soon as Mo Qingyun finished his words, his expression turned serious. He shouted loudly and raised his hand to attack Mo Sun, following which a violent inner force emerged from Mo Qingyun's palm. Boom, 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 boom. Immediately after, the waves of inner strength emitted a sound similar to that of a mountain collapsing. With a berserk aura, they rumbled towards Mo Sun. At that moment, the power of the 9-stage crash martial technique was finally displayed. What martial technique is that? It's so powerful. Feeling the violent inner strength wave, Mo Sun's expression immediately changed as he let out a shocked cry. However, Mo Sun did not hesitate. He immediately raised his hand to block the attack. However, he had underestimated the power of an earthly martial technique. Just as he came into contact with the inner force, he felt as if a terrifying force was crashing into his body with the force of an avalanche. Poof! Being hit by the force, Mo Sun was sent flying. He spat out a mouthful of blood as he looked at Mo Qingyun in disbelief. He had not expected Mo Qingyun to have mastered such a powerful martial technique. Moreover, Mo Qingyun's proficiency in the martial technique was shocking. He had mastered it to perfection. The more powerful a martial technique was, the more difficult it was to master it. I've lost. After a short moment of silence, Mo Sun reluctantly admitted defeat. Then, he asked, what's the grade of your martial technique? What level have you reached with this martial technique? Earthly beginner stage. You can say that it's at perfection, Mo Qingyun said calmly. I have no complaints about losing to an earthly martial technique at perfection. After hearing Mo Qingyun's words, Mo Sun's mood improved. He said, wait until I master a powerful martial technique, then I'll challenge you again. You're welcome anytime, Mo Qingyun said with a chuckle. Mo Qingyun knew what Mo Sun was thinking. Perhaps in Mo Sun's opinion, he had won because he had an advantage in martial techniques. However, Mo Qingyun did not explain Mo Sun's misunderstanding. You're tuning in to the Warrior Lore YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.